Sweet. What's going on? Welcome back to the Put Over podcast where we always get a pop. I'm Michael.
I'm Andre.
And today we are catching up on Raw SmackDown on the build up to WrestleMania, looking at some hot takes and everything in between. But before we start that off, the Instagram is live. We'll go ahead. We'll put a link. We got an Instagram for the podcast. We're trying to be more active on socials. So go ahead, hit a follow button. Make sure if you like the content, keep being a fan. You know what's going on?
Facts. Please, come on, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I'm saying?
And then have that friend tell a friend, and then have them tell a friend, kind of thing.
See, come on, man. We're trying to grow the community. We got to grow the community so we can come up with a community name for all of our followers.
100%. Do we have like a do we have like a goal for this? Like I know I'm not gonna spoil future episodes because you know what's going on for that WrestleMania. Facts. I won't say more. But like, do we have like a goal for a collaboration? Because I mean, say this goes well, we could get into like the YouTube scene. Do we have like a collaboration in mind?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil Mania season just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But
look out for that though.
Facts. But I want to collab with. You know what? When I first got back into wrestling, when I started getting my For You page on TikTok flooded with wrestling, I started to see that Santi guy. That would be dope. That would be dope.
I would love to collab with that man, bro. Have you seen? He does the one videos. He gives people like $1,000 and they just buy him random stuff on the WWE shop. I would love to be the one buying that. Get him everything Hulk Hogan.
No, that's crazy. I think if I had to say someone else, there's this old YouTuber who does a podcast now, CM Pulse. I think he does like DPW something. Or the New Day, man. Xavier Woods would be tough as well because I know.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine playing like WWE with them? Oh,
it would be full circle too. He was the first wrestler I met in person. Met him at
I
met Xavier Woods at an awesome con. I have the picture. If I ever find it, I'll put it on the episode if I find it. But
heck yeah, man, that's really dope. I still got to meet some wrestlers. I haven't gotten to meet any yet.
Bro, it's so crazy because like when I figured out I was AJ Styles' height, it was crazy. I didn't meet him, but I went to a live event and I looked up his height. I was like 5'10". This was like
I don't know why I thought he was shorter than that. No, like offense to Styles, but
yeah, facts.
Dang, I know. I'm shocked with that. All right, so we got to start it off with they fixed it. It went from a bottom 2 feud to a top 3. Jay and Gunther.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited that they're turning all the storylines around. We're literally just missing Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte, which Tiffany did cut a good promo on SmackDown.
Hey. She was talking her stuff, man. That was crazy.
She just got to work on her delivery a bit because she's not. I feel like she's just not used to being a good guy in a feud. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like to pivot her suddenly to being this complete baby face. It's probably like a crazy shift, but I think she'll pull it out. Just come on, man. Charlotte cannot win at WrestleMania.
No, it's I will say though, like the build is questionable, but I would say I'm not really worried about the match. I think it is going to be at the minimum. Like I know the whole star ratings don't really matter, but in this context, I don't see it being lower than like a 4-star match per se.
Yeah, I think Tiffany Stratton is in the same conversation as Jey Uso in terms of putting on a match at WrestleMania this year. Not that Tiffany Stratton isn't a good wrestler, but I think we just need to see more. Mm-hmm. And this is the stage where she shows us, do you have a bag? You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
We got to see the bag.
I will say, though, I think with we can get back to Jay and Gunther in a bit, but with Tiffany and Charlotte, I think there's a way to have both of them win, per se. Charlotte does not need to win that match, but at the same time, she comes off an ACL injury. Like, she's coming back, like, to prove she's still got it in ring. Like, I mean, she's had a few matches here and there, but, like, they're not, like, peak Charlotte matches, you know what I mean? So I think her just trying to prove she's at that level and putting on an incredible match with an up-and-coming talent, I think that's a win for her. as well. She just got to get the fans to like her. Like make Tiffany look good. She won't, but try.
I think the problem is the only way Charlotte can really get the fans, at least in my opinion, the way Charlotte can get everybody back on her side is just to find like another character within Charlotte Flair. Because I think we can all acknowledge that she is A+ in the ring. She's A+ on the mic. Well, A- on the mic.
I wouldn't give her an A. That's insane.
Again.
Whoa, chill out.
What would you give her?
She sounds like a robot half the time. I'm the queen. Like, come on. I'd get C+, B-, yeah, somewhere in that range.
I think she has to be in the B because she cooks when, again, while we've had this conversation, she cooks when she's speaking down.
Yes.
When she has to speak level to level or punching up, it's kind of iffy. But
I'm saying from the perspective of, like, if there's only one person in the ring cutting like a promo, like with only the crowd, she's like a C+. But if she's like in a feud, like even with Tiffany, like she's had great promos.
Well, Charlotte only looks as good against Tiffany because Tiffany hasn't been in a feud like this.
That's true.
But,
that is true.
But
that is a good point.
I think she just needs to show us that she's because we know she's good in the ring. We know she can be good on the mic. So we just need something different. Like if you have to know what the problems are. Like,
yeah, I think at this point she needs to drop the whole queen thing. Like, I get it, but it's so played out. Like either like drop it or lean so far into it, like it's almost like comical. Like when Roman Reigns became like the tribal chief, there was like some elements of that were almost funny. In a way, maybe not at first, like with the whole Jay stuff, because that was a more serious program. But like as it went on, like she needs like if she's the queen, she needs to find someone who's her jester, per se.
Yeah, turning Charlotte into the female Roman Reigns would not be the worst thing in the world.
I wouldn't hate it. It makes sense. Like she already is that. Like just like let her be what the fans perceive her as.
Exactly. Like let her be. Let her be the conniving, backstabbing, egotistical person that everyone thinks she is. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. All right, but getting back to
Jay Gunther, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing I don't like about that moment is that I knew what it meant for Jimmy going into WrestleMania and that he's not going to be on the card.
He might be in the U.S. title match though.
I don't know anymore because Gunther bathed in his blood. You don't just come back from that.
That was
Gunther.
I don't even have the words for it.
I said, Gunther, what are you doing?
He spat it out. Like, what are you, John Moxley, buddy? What are you doing? It's crazy.
He rubbed it on himself. I was like, oh, he's an animal. This is why I like Gunther though. Like Gunther always finds a way to make me go, damn, my fault, bro. I didn't know you was like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's. I mean, I really like it because I think with Jay, like he would come out, everyone would say yeet, and he would cut like a heartfelt promo. That was like a good promo, but at the same time, like all the fans, they just want to like do the yeet chant and stuff. Like I'm just talking about casual fans here, so there wasn't really enough for them to get behind in the feud because they were too focused on. I mean, his gimmick is on top of the world right now. So I think like something like this, it really takes the like any kind of comedy, silly element of like Jay's character. Like he's going back to the right hand man, kind of thing.
Honestly, if they would have waited a couple of days, this could have main evented night one now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
100%.
100%. If they don't give Roman, Seth, and Punk that night one main event on that Friday before Raw, like. It would have been elite.
Yeah, 100%.
It would have been the main event. Like, because now you have more eyes on it. Because Jay got to get his lick back. Now the story is more than Jay just trying to prove he's worthy. It's like he got to get his lick back.
Mm-hmm. He's on demon time, and I'm very excited to see it now.
Man, lock in.
But in the same vein, I got to give some credit to Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. But that was another feud we were talking. Didn't want to see it.
I'm interested to see how Jay transforms going into Monday because I think we're gonna see the return of a right hand man Jay type. I think we're gonna get more of Crash Out Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot less. Well, I'm sure he'll still like do the yeet chant and everything, but I think there's going to be a lot more of that, a lot more focused on like his character and
I
everything.
think your mic cut out, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, did it?
Trying to make sure it's not on my end. It's not on my end.
Oh, wait, can you still hear me?
Check your ins and your outs, man.
Okay.
There it is.
Sweet.
Were you talking that whole time?
I mean, like, I didn't really say anything like crazy, but
Okay.
we're chilling. No, I mean, I was just saying, he's definitely going to be a lot more serious, but I mean, you were already hitting on that fact.
Yeah, man. It's it's about time. It's about time. You know, we're hitting that corner, man. We're 2 weeks away. What is April? It's April 4th. We're recording this prior to SmackDown. Yeah. So this is about 2 weeks away, man. It's about time to start. Tiffany got to make a turn tonight. Like we got.
But by the time like people are seeing this, I'm hoping that feud's looked at in a much better light than it is right now, because it's on the ropes right now.
That's what I'm saying. Because like, it's just been after meh after all right. Like, we need something like it needs something to turn it.
Like the biggest.
Speaking of, my fault. Go ahead.
I just don't think it's the story they should be telling. There's like elements of like the whole copycat thing, but I mean, I'm gonna keep echoing it until like they hopefully do it, because I think that is the whole story. Like they teased it a little bit that this is what it was about, but it's literally just the new version of a legend, like kind of thing.
I don't even think it needs to be that story though, because I don't think that story is usually told well in wrestling, because they didn't they could have told it with Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels, but they didn't want to do it.
Jericho and Shawn Michaels though. Mickey James and Trish.
Mickey James and Trish, I'll give you, but Jericho and Shawn, they were damn near the same generation.
No.
Damn near, because Jericho debuted in 2000. Shawn was wrestling like 8 years prior, but like. I don't think I ever saw them in in two different like eras. But
that's
Shawn was the era before as well.
Yeah, he kind of bled to a lot of generations.
Yeah, so like I think the better way to tell the story is along those lines of a quote unquote copycat is like I think would have been better to tell it as the bitter older wrestler upset at how quickly the crowd turned from booing Tiffany Stratton to being on her side, because she's never really, because it was really the inverse for her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can get that. I mean, couldn't you say that's kind of the story they're telling for Cena and Cody?
No, because I think they're telling it from I think the Charlotte Tiffany one you would tell from the angle of wrestler to wrestler. John Cena's problem, like, I know we heard on Raw, but it just his problem seems to be more with the fans than Cody right now.
Sure,
like, genuinely,
sure.
like,
yeah.
Cody is in his sights. Clearly, they set that promo on Raw, which we'll get to, but I just feel as if taking Charlotte and Tiffany from a different angle would work better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just don't think there's enough substance in the feud right now. That's the only issue.
Because they've never had any interaction prior.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, it's a Royal Rumble winner. Like, the feud should be a lot better than what it is. And like we were saying that with yup, but they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Yeah, I don't know. I do think we touched on it a little bit. We were saying that they just had too much time for the feud. That's why it was dragging out so long. And I do think that is proven to be the fact. So, like, I mean, that's why I am kind of optimistic about this feud with Tiffany and Charlotte. But, I mean, because Jay Gunther, that just took a leap forward. So I'm hoping it's something like that. But I don't know in the same, like, vein what they could do to kind of have that same spark.
Yeah, I want to say Tiffany has to lay out Charlotte like definitively one time. Because
Yeah.
I think every time they fought, either Tiffany has gotten laid out, she's tapped out, or it was like a stalemate.
Yeah.
I don't think Tiffany has any real momentum right now.
Yeah. It's true.
So it has to be something where Tiffany sneaks Charlotte, or they fight and Tiffany finally stands tall. Like, it has to happen one time, I feel like, before Mania. But they got to give me something to get invested. Like, because watching Charlotte stand tall every week, it's like, all right, we get it. Charlotte's pretty tough, but can we make Tiffany look pretty? Can we make Tiffany look like she has a chance going into WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's very similar to the Charlotte and Rhea build from 38, but Rhea just had more believability that she could win, even if the feud wasn't all that.
That's because Rhea had like the intensity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we just haven't seen that out of Tiffany yet.
Exactly.
But
because I don't know, man. We got it. Come on, lock in Mr. H. Lock in Mr. H.
Like it all comes down to booking, but like I'm sitting here and I'm really trying to think about it. What was the last like really good WrestleMania program Charlotte had? Like I'm talking like the whole build up. Was it like Sasha and Becky?
Whoa, Ronda and Becky.
Oh, well, yeah, but she didn't need to be in that. Like that wasn't like she didn't push that build at all.
Oh, that's what you mean? Okay, I feel you. Yeah, then Sasha Becky, Charlotte was the last WrestleMania match that Charlotte had that I was excited to see Charlotte in.
9 years ago.
The last Charlotte match at WrestleMania I was excited for was Charlotte Asuka, because I thought Asuka was gonna win, and she didn't win.
It's trash. That was. I don't know who politicked that, but it was horrible.
Like, man, that. You see her in an interview the other day? She was like, what did she say? She was like, if John Cena breaks my dad's record, I want to break John Cena's record. Why? Why would we give her 19 world championships, bro? Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Wrestling careers weren't meant to be this long.
That's true. That is really true. It's I don't know.
That's what's really messing up the wrestling business, and like, not in a bad way, because I don't want to talk. I'm not talking down on older wrestlers, because most of my favorite wrestlers are older now anyway. So it's like, the talent can get jammed.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the wrestlers aren't leaving as quick as they used to. They're staying longer, which creates this jam pack of younger talent who are talented but can't get the push because the older wrestlers are still really freaking good and everybody already knows them.
Yeah, I mean, I do hear that. I don't know how that would really work though, because like with that logic, I mean, we wouldn't have Roman anymore, we wouldn't have Seth, Cena would be gone. Honestly, like if we're just talking like career length, Cody would have probably retired by now.
But I'm saying though, within that logic, you have to understand that if they would be going in with the knowledge, the businesses would be going in with the knowledge of, hey, I know this guy's getting ready to age out, so we're gonna start building younger stars. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
I think the thought process of booking would change if wrestling careers were still shorter. I don't want them to be shorter, but I'm just saying that creates a logjam of talent. There needs to be I don't want to say third, so I'll say there needs to be a fourth legitimate wrestling promotion. And no offense to ROH, no offense to New Japan, because New Japan's big as heck, and so I'm not like trying to talk down, but like there needs to be that fourth like real competitor that's on like TV, because there's TNA, there's WWE, there's AEW. I think there needs to be one more on TV, where it's like we can so that wrestlers can move around, because like it's kind of like in basketball, like the expansion draft. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we
I
need to
get
go
that.
back to territories, man. Hey.
That would
No,
be
he's dope.
insane.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. But I wouldn't hate that, truthfully. I think you could tell some crazy stories with territories.
Yeah, and just have them keep going back and forth. Like people can move promotions. Like it would
It's
be. I think it would be very interesting if we went back
it's
to promotions.
yeah. I mean, I just think the big issue is like I'm not trying to be like a WWE mark when I say this, but they're just head and shoulders so clear of everyone else. It's like for that promotion, you can't really do like a WWF and WCW like war or something like that, where they're just like going on each other's shows, stuff like that, because it wouldn't make sense for WWE to go backwards at this point.
Yeah, because they would be giving fans to another promotion.
Yeah, and I would have said like AEW and TNA would have made a lot of sense, but WWE was smart and they already signed that deal.
Yeah, and like TN, like I think the way I explain it is, I think WWE is the head and shoulders. I think TNA is. I don't want to. I don't hate AEW, so I don't want to sound like a hater when I say this, but I think TNA is the better second option wrestling show, because
I agree.
no, the better second option sports entertainment show, because at the end of the day, the people are like, but we want to see more wrestling, but wrestling is not what brings everybody in, and that's just a fact. The wrestling is great, but you have to be entertaining. Like
Yeah.
I feel AEW feels like a mix of WCW post NWO and if ECW was televised.
Yep. Yes. 100%. They don't do it's been such like a prominent issue. They don't do storytelling right. And I'm not saying they haven't. Like MJF and CM Punk was probably one of my favorite feuds, maybe ever. Truth be told, but you ruin MJF, Adam Cole. Like I don't know what John Moxley's doing right now. It's like you put all these like people in these positions to have these great stories at a time, and then like they just kind of fall off a little bit. Like
Yeah,
Swerve
that's
and
why-
Hangman, he like burnt his
Absolutely.
house down, and it's like now he's getting thrown onto sugar glass by John Moxley. I thought you guys didn't use fake glass. Like what are we doing?
Yeah. Also, the last thing I'm gonna say about AEW, because I don't want this, because I could go on and on about the things I don't like, but I would also sound very biased doing so. But I just feel like it's such a shock factor show. Like in the sense that that's
Great way to
their
put it.
draw. Their draw is that it's gonna be shock. Now, let me tell you. Also saying this, Tony Storm is doing amazing work.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say shout out Tony
so
Storm.
I'm not gonna act like AEW is trash, because Tony Storm has been doing amazing work. Who was she doing
Mariah May.
Yeah, Mariah May. Yeah, like amazing
They're
work.
amazing. Like they got some sneaky good competitors over there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why there needs to be a fourth promotion that focuses, honestly, maybe focuses too much on storytelling. I don't know, because I feel like TNA is the good, healthy balance as a second option show between storytelling and
It's like the middle ground, you would say, between
Yeah,
AEW and
wrestling.
WWE. Yeah.
yeah. And
That's
I
fair to
think
say.
AEW. I think AEW is more on the, like I think WWE's in the middle, but they're at the top. But like in the middle, it's like TNA, and then to the more extreme side is AEW. I think there needs to be something more towards the left where it's more storytelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear that for
I feel
sure.
like that would be a healthy balance, because then it's like, oh, they storytell too.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure.
But
But-
we went off on a tangent. Let's can we talk about Naomi? Can we talk
Yeah,
about Naomi?
In that fire gear, we can absolutely talk about Naomi. I love this heel Naomi character.
Naomi's turning up.
I've been waiting for a push for her. It's like, oh my gosh, she came back. She had the whole like glow thing. I liked her glow gimmick a lot, but this like this heel character is. I'm so excited to see where this takes her. If she doesn't win a world title with this gimmick, something's wrong.
I need her to win a world title so we can get the caution tape over the women's championship.
Oh, that'd be fire. That would be sick.
Can't tell me that wouldn't be fire.
That would be really cool. I mean, it's Jaden. I don't know if I missed it. Jade Naomi. It's not official for Mania, right? Not yet.
I don't know.
I don't think there was anything on that. But
An interesting way to spin this. Now, let me cook. Everybody's saying we need the women's single titles on Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So an interesting way to spin this is spin it because Naomi does attack Michin as well. Spin it and get Naomi, Jade, Chelsea, Michin, Fatal 4-Way, Women's United States Championship match. But I think Zelina's gonna be in that as well. So
I was gonna say I don't hate it, but like they have built it with Zelina. I need her to take that belt. She's so due for a title run.
Not off Chelsea though, bro. I can't. I have a problem with Chelsea losing the title right now because it's literally. You can argue it's the most entertaining thing on SmackDown. I'm being so serious.
You could, but it's the only reason I'm fine with her losing the title now is Money in the Bank's coming up in a few months.
I feel like Zelina winning Money in the Bank is a better story.
I don't know, because like you heard that pop when her music hit. Her music is just not fit for a Money in the Bank cash-in. Like that music hit, there was the little build up. Nobody knew who that was.
That's a crazy reasoning to use, but it's not completely wrong.
Yeah, it's like when say Brock cashed in Money in the Bank. Like his music kicks on, it's like oh shoot, like Brock's coming. Or like Seth cashes in, it's like Seth.
Hey, that's a different those are different composers though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's just
that's
like
Jim Johnston and CFOS, bro.
Yeah, like you look at like the best theme songs. You have like the If You Smell What the Rock's Cooking. You have the glass breaking. You have the trumpets of Cena's. Like it's right from the start. You know who's coming out, kind of thing.
I think that's less of a problem of the wrestlers and more of a problem of we genuinely need a new composer. Get Def Rebel put the fries in the bag, bro.
No, but their contract's already expiring, right? I don't think they're getting renewed.
They shouldn't. The only thing Def Rebel has given to WWE Internal theme songs is all the Samoan theme songs. That's it though.
Io Sky's theme song goes crazy.
Oh, was that Def Rebel?
Yeah.
I thought that was CFOS.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's Def Rebel.
Cause I thought
Wait,
had
no.
that theme song.
Def Rebel did that AJ Styles theme song.
Not the first one.
No, the new one he debuted at Mania.
Yeah, the one that they put up.
That shit was so trash. Yeah, they did Io Sky. They did Penta, LA Knight. Oh, they did Seth.
No, we're not.
They did
Are we hyping Penta's theme?
Yeah, I mean it works for his character, which I think they don't do a lot of anymore.
They did Rhea Ripley. Jey Uso doesn't even count. Absolutely not.
Seth Rollins. They did Rhea's, Liv Morgan's, Roman's.
I couldn't even tell you who Liv Morgan's theme song is. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
I know it has like the little music bells at the beginning.
Bum 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 bum.
Watch me.
That's my only issue with their theme songs, to be honest. Like the stupid taglines they do, like Bailey's theme song.
No, I like Watch Me. I like Liv Morgan's tag though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like her tag's not bad, but Bailey might have the worst theme song on the face of the planet.
Role model.
It's so bad. Speaking of Bailey, is she gonna be on the Mania card? Do you think?
Against who? Lyra? Maybe.
Oof. I don't know.
I think that's the one they were. Yeah, it gotta be. That's the only person who she'd be fighting right now.
If anything, like if she doesn't make the Mania card, I could see her being on like a NXT Stand and Deliver card, like against like Roxanne or something. I think that'd be
they finished that. They finished that feud already though.
Oh, did they?
I'm pretty sure Roxanne and Bailey finished that feud.
Oh, I'm not caught up with NXT. Then I'm slacking.
Oh
We
yeah,
could
you
talk
missed
about
on NXT. Javon Evans called Trick Williams Carmelo
Mello.
Hayes.
I
Yeah.
saw that. We could talk about Stephanie relinquishing one of the belts.
That
Why?
was so stupid. Just to
What
call
was
her
the
the first
point?
double champ.
What
We
was
could
the
have kept
point of putting them on her?
for all that. Put the NXT Women's Championship on Vaquer and then give Julia the North American Championship for all that. Like, why did Julia have to lose the belt?
Like
I'm so confused.
I don't even know. Like, who are they gonna put the North American title on? Jada?
Probably.
She'd do great with a title. Who else though? Oh, maybe Jordan Grace. Well, no, she's challenging for the main one. Never mind.
Oh no, her and Jada are challenging for the main one.
Oh, what?
Wait, yeah.
That's a little.
Who was
okay.
talking? No, Cora Jade's going in the running for the North American, and so is Sol Ruka.
I wouldn't be mad at any of them having that. I think they could do something.
Cora Jade cooked Sol Ruka though. That was crazy.
Wait, what'd she say? I didn't see that.
She said something like, Sol Ruka was like, yeah, I want the title too, and Cora Jade said something along the lines of, the only thing you'd be able to do with the title is shake your ass with it. I was like, that's crazy, and not wrong.
Insane. That's insane. That's insane.
I want to know what the I want to know what the lifespan on Sol Ruka's finisher is. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, like one of the craziest finishers I've ever seen.
One of the craziest finishers ever, but also how long is that going to last in your career? Can't imagine you hitting that forever.
Like, whenever she gets called up, I think she'll use it for her first Mania and then retire it.
Because, oh my goodness. I said, you might as well just use the regular RKO, because that might be your best look. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Have a storyline with Randy Orton. Mixed match challenge storyline with Randy Orton, and she gets the RKO.
Ooh. That's a good way to do that. That's a great way to do that.
That would be such a random pairing, too. Sol Ruka and Randy Orton.
I feel like they could make that work.
Now they could make it work. I think it might take a character change from Sol Ruka, though, because I can't imagine current Sol Ruka and Randy Orton. They'll be like, yo, this is insane.
Sure, yeah.
No, she didn't say that to Sol Ruka. I'm so sorry, Sol Ruka. But I don't take back what I said about you and Randy Orton and getting the RKO. All that would be fire. But she didn't say it to Sol Ruka. She said it to Lola Vice. That's why it was funny.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Y'all see how my mind works, y'all? I had to say the whole story and then work my way back. But yeah, no, it was Lola Vice. That's why it was funny, because that's facts.
Yeah. So, how are we feeling about like all the mid card titles right now?
U.S. title, throw it in a trash can. Women's U.S. title carried by Chelsea. Intercontinental, who is the Braun Breaker?
They'll cook with that. I think it is going to be the Fatal 4-Way.
I'm not worried about the Intercontinental Championship. I'm worried about the Women's Intercontinental. That's crazy. Men's Intercontinental is doing great. Women's Intercontinental, Men's United States, Women's United States, I have no problems. Tag titles, Street Profits got the SmackDown ones. Cool. I'm glad. Actually, no, I'm really glad they have them.
They got to legitimize a feud though for Mania.
Yeah. We need Fraxium.
Ooh, that would cook. That would actually cook.
Raw tag titles. I think they're building New Day versus Viking Raiders. Yeah, that's a pre-show match.
I was gonna say I'm sitting there shaking my head.
Women's world title. I'm not worried about on either side. Well, no, I take that back. I'm worried about Tiffany Charlotte, but I'm not worried about the triple threat. It's starting to make more sense.
How did you feel about that match? The Rhea.
That's the way I figured it was going to end. I did not think it was going to end with a victor.
Dude, those European crowds hate Bianca.
Amen.
That was crazy. We know
why.
Yeah. But that's like, dang, dude.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But let's talk Cody Cena, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk what
Who do you
I want to
think?
ask you. I know. That's what I was about to ask you. Who do you think won the exchange?
I
have my answer, but
I truthfully, it's rare this happens in promos. I really think it was a tie. But if I had to like pick one person, honestly, I would say I think well, I don't know really, because I could argue both of them won. I would say a stalemate because I think most of what Cena said, Cody was able to rebuke, and then most of what Cody was saying, Cena was able to kind of shut down. So I really don't know. I mean, I would say it was really close. I think Cena probably got the better of the jabs. I think when he was saying it was something about the crowd chanting your name just for like it's for something, and then they started doing it, and he made that face. I was like, oh, he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand, man.
Yeah, I think I will stand on the hill even in this current day and age. Cena is the better promo artist between the two, but I will concede that I think it was more of a tie as well. I think the difference is just what do you prefer. I think Cody's promo was a lot more of. I say the way I'm going to say this sounds like I'm hating, but I'm not. But it's just genuinely what I think, what I call these things. Like he used the cheap, like low hanging fruit pops, like the Vince pop. Said he had no dick.
That was funny though.
I'm not saying it's not funny.
I was laughing at that.
What else? He said the "you can't wrestle" thing.
Is that the first time someone's used that against Cena, or did Styles use it against him?
I think Styles probably did. And then the "you're my hero, but you're a piece of shit" thing. So like it's the stuff that you know for a fact is going to get over with the crowd.
Yeah.
I think what Cena did, I think Cena's promo was a level deeper than Cody's. I think that's what
was the one line he said? I build empires for billionaires. All you've done is taken money from their children. Oh my gosh.
When he called him a paint by numbers sociopathic, bro, paint by numbers threw me. I said that's so crazy because I think that went over a lot of people's heads.
That's insane.
I also think they're really pushing. WWE thinks they're slick, but I've been calling it since the beginning of this podcast. I feel like every time we've talked about Cody, I brought it up. They're pushing the whole Cody's not who he says he is. And I feel like I've been saying that since episode 1. Because it's crazy how John Cena, Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns all have said that Cody is fake.
Yeah.
It did like 3 different promos, 3 different rivalries, and everybody has acknowledged that Cody is not real. And John Cena saying it is very interesting because no glaze, but I don't think you can glaze John Cena at this point. Like most of his promos are steeped in realism. There's an element of he's believing everything he's saying to this person. And for him to say that to Cody and tell Cody, yeah, you took everything I told you, and that's the only reason you're at the top right now, I'm like, amen. Amen, say amen.
Dude, he called him his chauffeur.
Why'd he say it like that, though? My chauffeur. I was like, damn, you really wanted to get that across.
Man, it was nuts. I will say, though, I'm 100% into this feud. I'm very skeptical on why Cena hasn't brought up The Rock at all. And what that was all about. Like, I'm definitely, like,
because even Cody brought it up.
Yeah, he, like, brought up the fact he sold out, and Cena didn't talk about it at all. Like, it's like, what's, like, the... I need to hear some...
I think he's already acknowledged that he's sold out. Like, I feel like in those first 2 promos, he's acknowledged it. He's like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
So
but
I don't
like
think there's no real reaction there for him if he's already addressed it.
Yeah, like I mean, I get where they're going for sure. But I don't know, with Cena calling Cody fake, I get like because that's a whole angle you could spin it into. But if you're gonna have Cena go against the character he's been for the last 20 years, couldn't you say he was being fake that whole time? I'm just
Nah.
thinking out loud here.
The only reason I would disagree, well, one, because I'm glazing Cena, and two, because Cena's whole character, like right now, is he's not a bad guy. He only
Sure.
made the decision because of like the audiences. Like that's really what his whole angle is. He doesn't think in his head. That's the thing. He doesn't think in his head that what he's doing is going against his character. In his head, he is I'm doing what's best for business, and best for business is me winning a 17 championship by any means possible. And
Mm-hmm.
he understands that the only way he could currently do that was to use The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Not to use
I
The Rock, but to take advantage of the opportunity.
I get that. Yeah, I mean, I get it entirely. Yeah, it was just something in the promo. It's like you're gonna call him fake when you just like killed your own character. Like before that would have happened. Like if you would have said a year ago that would have happened, nobody would have believed that kind of thing. It like just
Yeah.
went against his whole character. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm mad at the heel turn by any means, because I thought it was really well done. But yeah, it just seemed a little hypocritical for being in that promo. It was still a phenomenal promo. I'm not in no way could I talk bad on that promo.
I think they cooked Cody though. Cause the payoff's not supposed to be that soon. I don't know if anybody else peeped that. I feel like on the build to Mania, it's very surprising to see the good guy get the first one over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
That w-
WWE has been booking him over Cena so far.
Well,
Like,
I mean the heel turn though. You know, he beat the hell out of Cody.
no, I'm not disagreeing with that. But how long did it take Cody when The Rock beat him down the first time? How long did it take Cody to actually get his lick back?
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that. Yeah.
They turned it around and said, yeah, it's Cody getting his lick early. I said, oh, wow. We still have 2 Raws before WrestleMania. Wait, no, we still have one. Yeah, we have 2 Raws before WrestleMania. I'm like, that's crazy.
Is Cena, is he gonna be there for them?
I have no idea.
If he's not, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
No, you don't need to tell you what the problem is. The problem is we're having both world championships on Raw. There's
That
not
is
a
all-
single, like, this should be
That
happening
is a
on
good point.
SmackDown.
That is a good
Or
point.
if we're going to make this happen on Raw, let's move the Jay Gunther story to SmackDown. More time. You can do more with it. Get it the build it needs.
I mean, I think the only reason it kind of works, and we'll get into this in a little bit, obviously, is because they have the whole Punk, Roman, and Seth thing going on SmackDown. But I feel like it's kind of bleeding onto both shows in a way.
Yeah.
But
I think
when
SmackDown's getting punished for being the better show last Mania season. I'm not going to lie.
SmackDown went crazy. SmackDown does not miss, truthfully.
People were watching SmackDown way more than they were watching Raw last Mania.
Yeah, I think Netflix flipped that on its head, though.
Yeah. Oh.
But
That's
moving on, let's talk about it. Punk, Roman, Seth, main event of night 1. How are you feeling about them in the main event?
think we know what this is going to end with. Man, CM Punk is winning this match.
I
He
hope
might
so.
actually pin Roman.
I hope so.
And because the only way this really ends is with Roman getting pinned, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Because Seth eating a pin in this match would be terrible. But I think Roman's gonna get cooked by Paul, and Punk's gonna win.
It is weird with like in this feud. I feel like Roman is the only one who shouldn't win.
It doesn't make sense for him to walk in there and win. He's
Yeah,
disheveled.
it's when going into this feud. We were talking about like someone feels left out, but like we don't really know who because everyone kind of had a story besides Punk and Roman. But Heyman is their whole story.
Yeah.
But I don't know where it stands now. I do kind of feel like Roman is the odd one out in a way. Like that's probably because Punk and Seth is so white hot right now. It makes me so mad he got injured because Punk and Seth at Mania last year would have been a movie.
I think Punk and I don't think there's an odd man out in this. Ironically, like I think it's what you said. Like I feel like there are stories everywhere because we say Roman's the odd one left out, but Heyman being talked about makes Roman fit in because
Sure.
of the possibility of Heyman turning his back on Roman. I think this is one of the. Is this the best triple threat feud? I can't think of another one off the top of my head where there was a triple threat match where it was like all three people. It was like, ooh, yeah, they gonna mess each other up, bro. They don't like nobody.
Well, we're just talking like at Mania specifically. Oh, in general. I thought Mania 30, Bryan, Orton, and Batista was really good.
You think that was a better feud than?
I don't know because I gotta see the payoff.
I feel you.
Because like I mean the payoff of WrestleMania 30. That's as far as payoffs go. I think the only thing that's close to that is probably last year Cody winning the belt.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't know.
Put Kofi winning the belt in there. Hey, hold up.
Yeah, but that was so diminished because the Mania was so long and it wasn't in the main event.
Oh, that wasn't the main event. That's right.
Yeah, not. I'm not taking anything away from that. That was a phenomenal moment. This might be a caveat, but I think the best triple threat per se of all time would probably be the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. If we're like a triple threat tag team match, if we're looking at it like that. But when it comes to
I guess because it is a triple threat match.
That was like a weird one to say. But like if we're just talking like pure talent, like one-on-one, I mean, this probably has the most star power, like the most upside, but at least in terms of matches we're allowed to talk about. Because the main event of 20, phenomenal triple threat match. Can't talk about it, though. Cannot talk about it. But, no, I'm excited. I am happy that they're in the main event. It was weird that got announced, and then Jay and Gunther picked up immediately after. Like, we talked about that a little bit earlier. I feel like... I don't know, but... The only reason I think it really made sense was I really liked the moment of Paul telling CM Punk he's in the main event.
That's because that was unscripted.
Punk I was gonna say, was it? Because like he was fully getting emotional with that.
No, Punk did not know that he was main eventing.
Yeah, no, that was a great moment. Like that's one of the moments in like within the next like 10 years people are gonna forget about, but that was really cool.
My favorite moment of that was Seth crashing out.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was so good.
He was like, "No, this is the bullshit."
He was too busy crashing out to like appreciate he's in the main event as well. It's crazy.
He don't care. He didn't want to be in the main event. He just wanted to beat up CM Punk and Roman. That's all he wanted.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it's obviously a triple threat, so like it's like no disqualification kind of thing. Do you think we see the use of like weapons or anything like that?
Absolutely. Seth is grabbing a chair and he's trying to break the chair over CM Punk's back.
I could see it. I could see it.
I think the way I see this ending, it ends in two ways. Seth is out of the picture. Or Roman hits Seth with a spear, right? And it's 1-2. Paul Heyman stops the ref from hitting 3. Roman Reigns is like, what the fuck? CM Punk hits him with a GTS. We out of here, right? Or 2, the same thing happens, but as CM Punk goes to win, Seth Rollins stomps him in the back of the head and pins Roman. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of those two because it's either... CM Punk gets his win in his first main event, which is what I think the most likely scenario is, or Seth Rollins' hate once again prevails. It's one of those two things.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, that's... Like, would you say that's the match you're the most excited for? Just from
Night
like
one.
a in-ring perspective?
In ring, honestly...
Low key, I'm really excited for Logan and Styles.
not that match, but I think I might be more excited for the Intercontinental in ring if it's between the 4 people I think it is. Because I know you don't like them, but Braun, Finn, Penta, and Dom would cook.
Yeah.
I think
I agree. I could sit here and hate on Finn Balor as much as I want.
What you doing if Finn wins?
No, I don't think he should win because like they're building his credibility, which I like. I think Dom should win it, and that's how you like start splitting up the Judgment Day, and then you could just if Finn could win it off Dom, like that's cool, but like that's how you kind of break up the Judgment Day because they've ran their course, truthfully. No, but like I'm saying, I could hate on Finn Balor's character at this point, but I'm not gonna take anything away from him in ring. Like I don't think he's like AJ Styles level, like a lot of people do, or anything like that. But I definitely don't think he's like bad. He's like a cool like 7, 8 out of 10 kind of thing. That's like where I see him. He's like above average, not elite, like a B tier kind of.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. But I think that's the match I'm most excited to see in ring. I think in ring is definitely that match. For the story, it's the triple threat though.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Honestly, in ring, the women's triple threat might be up there for me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in terms of star power, of course, I'm most excited to see Cena Cody. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy.
Cause that has the. I'm very torn about this match. Because if it does happen and it's an Avengers level type main event again, that's fine if this one is. But it has to be the last one for a couple years.
We're talking for Cody and Cena?
Cena. If this is another thing where people come out the woodwork, I'm not upset about it. Because I would be excited, but it has to be, that would have to be the last one for like another 4 or 5 years. Because I think a 3-parter is fine. A 3-parter is fine to me. But
like
I think going past the trilogy is too much.
The Rock coming out makes sense. I don't know who makes sense. That's like realistic to say. Like I could say Stone Cold makes sense, but like that's not like realistic.
With all the reports of him being in Vegas, it's not unrealistic.
Yeah. But just like historically, like I think he would have been there last year. Kind of thing. That would have made some sense. Like I love the Undertaker being there. It was a huge, like it got a huge pop out of me. Everything like that, but
it was more unexpected because before night 2 started, I literally turned around. Bro's in his press box. Like I was so confused.
Yeah.
Like I was when I saw it was the Undertaker, I was like, bro was just up. Hi.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, but like I think so many people thought it would have been Stone Cold, and he's one of the rare people. It's even if you know he's coming out, when that music hits, the building's gonna explode.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Like there's
people don't
nothing.
Want to talk about it. Dean Ambrose on that list too, because when that Shield music hit,
man,
everybody for 5 seconds thought he's
like,
back.
I really wish I would have recorded my reaction because I was watching with my 2 friends, Brooklyn and Javin, and the moment that Shield music hits, Brooklyn, like I'm like sitting there, like I'm not thinking it's Dean. He's in AEW kind of thing. Brooklyn goes, "Oh my God, is it Dean?" And I like start like overthinking it. I'm like, "Oh!" It's stuff like that.
Bro,
but
my head was on a swivel. I was like, "Where are they?"
Oh,
I was like, "Both of them." God damn it, Seth Rollins.
Could you imagine a world where it would have been both of them?
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
My God, that's how Dean comes back. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, but I don't know how I feel about Dean being the one to turn on Roman. I don't know if I ever will feel that, because I feel like that's the one person who shouldn't.
I feel like Dean would join him, truthfully.
That's what I'm saying. Like when everybody, only reason Sami Zayn was Sami Usos because Dean Ambrose wasn't in the company anymore.
Do you think that?
You talking about an OP faction? You talking about an OP faction? Absolutely, I think it would have been Dean.
People don't remember he was the original honorary Uso.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love that.
I don't think people understand how OP that faction would have been, though.
Yeah, that would have been insane. I don't know.
Roman, Dean, and the Usos, they're not losing. You can't.
I don't know who's booking them to lose.
WrestleMania 40 doesn't happen, and you add Solo. Hey, I don't know if they losing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah? Now when Jacob come around, we can have those conversations. But until he come back,
Yeah,
Jacob
nah,
Fatu, that guy.
yeah. I'm sitting here just thinking about that faction. I don't know how you even begin to like have them lose. That would have been insane.
Oh, that shit would have been crazy.
Man,
Oh my
what
goodness,
could have been? Vince wanted him to
man,
wear a gas mask and get shots in the ass.
insane work. But hey, we finished talking about what happened on Monday and Raw on Raw and SmackDown. So let's get to what I really want to get to, because I saw this list you sent me.
Yes! Oh, I've been waiting for this.
I don't know who made this list.
All right, wait, we're
But
starting with the list?
the factions list. I don't know who made this list. I'm gonna read it out. Actually, it's gonna be on the screen somewhere. I'm gonna put this on the screen somewhere.
Go up 10-1. 10-1
Yeah,
because it's you could justify it a lot more like from 7 down you can justify this. Everything else is messed up.
No. Cause okay, so all right, bam, it's on the screen right now. Top 10 WWE factions. 10, Undisputed Era. Wow. 9, The Authority. 8, Hart Foundation. 7, Corporation. 6, DX. 5, Judgment Day. 4, New Day. 3, Evolution. 2, Shield. 1, Bloodline. Now, before we get into it, I know we don't like Flair. 4 Horsemen got to be on this list somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
The Von Erichs got to be on this list somewhere. That's 3 people. Who was it? Who made the rule? Who made the Fabulous Freebirds? Got to be on the list somewhere.
You know ball. You know ball.
Like, let's get it out of the way. Undisputed Era should not be on the list.
I agree.
The Judgment Day should not be on the list.
I agree. They could squeak in at like 10. I think at the very highest though. Like having them at 5 is utterly ridiculous.
Honestly, Authority might be over Corporation, but that's because I'm a younger WWE fan. Because
I don't know.
Corporation was what? That was Vince, Steph, Shane, Big Boss Man at one point. The Rock? Let me just look it up, man, because I need to see this.
Okay. So here, I just looked it up. Members. Okay. Vince, Shane, Big Boss Man, The Rock, Ken Shamrock, Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, Sergeant Slaughter, Shawn Michaels.
Get them
Test.
out of here, bro. Get these guys out of here.
You got Test, Kane, Chyna, Big Show, and Triple H. All that to take down one man. All that to take down the GOAT.
Authority over Corporation. I can't. I simply can't.
That's fair. That's definitely one of those factions. Like, if you haven't like seen it, you're not really gonna like it.
And Big Show's in both of them. Who's a big surprise? No,
they were cooking with Big Show in that though. When he had to punch Dusty, oh my gosh.
Oh, let's see how many championships they won together. The Rock was a 3-time champ with the group. Shane won a championship. Big Boss Man won a championship. Ken Shamrock won a championship. And Ken Shamrock and Big Boss Man were tag team champions. Authority had Randy, Triple H, Steph, Big Show, Kane again. Mark Henry was in it, I think, at one point in time. I'm not gonna lie. Let me check. I still might go Authority over Corporation because of SummerSlam 2014.
I just picked up my phone and opened Instagram really quick. Why is Natalia going to Bloodsport?
Hey man, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Let her cook, I guess, but what? That's insane.
Oh yeah, and that's the Authority at Seth Rollins. I think the Authority were in more storylines? ? Because the only one I can think of with the Corporation is Stone Cold. There were probably smaller ones, but the Authority has Daniel Bryan, Shield,
Cena,
then John Cena, then Roman Reigns. I think technically.
I think it's just like quality versus quantity. Like I think that Stone Cold's feud with the corporation's got to be top 5, maybe.
No, it's top
But
5, but that feud was more with Vince than it was an entire faction.
well,
Vince just
yeah,
didn't fight, so he got a bunch of people to beat him up. So, like, I get it, but
like it's like I mean, like Cody was feuding with the Bloodline, kind of thing, but like he was like mainly going after Roman, kind of thing. It's like in that vein. It's like you're going after the leader, but you're still on smoke with all of them.
yeah,
But that's not really where my problems are with this list.
no,
Why?
not at all.
Why is
Bloodline
DX?
1, I'm sorry, it's crazy.
That's insane. Why is DX at 6? What are we doing? The
DX
New
should
Day's
be
too high. I'm keeping it a buck. New Day's too high.
I don't think they're too high. I think the Judgment Day is just on the
4.
list.
Well,
I would go. I honestly take Judgment Day out. But let's say
sure.
DX was at 5. I would just flip Bloodline and DX, and I'd be fine. I might switch.
You're putting
I
the New
might
Day
shi-
over the Bloodline, or the Bloodline over the, or no, sorry, New Day over the Bloodline.
I mean, I think the difference is the New Day. The New Day were together and came up together.
Sure.
The
sure.
Bloodline, not to say the Bloodline didn't come up together, because they're clearly all family,
Mm-hmm.
but you took the hottest draw in WWE and put him with his cousins, who just happen to be possibly, depending on who you ask, the best tag team wrestlers of their generation.
Mm-hmm.
They just happen to be family, so you threw them in a faction and it works. You know what I'm saying?
It worked. It worked really well. Like I'm just thinking about like storytelling purposes. Like the Bloodline, you have Roman's whole saga with Jay. You have Sammy coming into the fold. You have everything with Cody. You have War Games when that was going on. All of that. Like when it comes to like when I'm talking about like New Day as like a group, because like I could talk about like Kofi winning the title and everything like that.
I mean, but New Day was a big part of that because they had to do the tag team gauntlet.
They wouldn't have won if the Usos didn't forfeit. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a
Here
buck.
he go. It don't matter.
Let's
about
keep
the
it a buck.
They won the match, but if they didn't win, if they didn't beat anybody else in the gauntlet, it wouldn't have mattered.
Fair point.
So at the end of the day, they still had to win matches.
Fair point. No, I really like that on the build up. Like I thought that was a phenomenal way to do it. Just to have them turn on Big E, man, it's unbelievable. But
Nah, Big E should have been there. He broke his neck. So
that's
what?
true. That is true. That like they were cooking with that. I just think like the Bloodline and New Day. It's when you like, if you break down the factions, Roman is head and shoulders above anyone in the New Day.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree on that part. I'm not gonna argue that. But
and then like I mean, the whole debate before it was Usos versus the New Day, and then you add Roman to the mix. Like that's not fair at all.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I'm just saying that from the perspective. Like I don't even think that's like worth debating. I think the Bloodline's clear, like in ring storytelling, everything. Like especially because the New Day kind of suffered from starting out as like straight comedy. And I'm not saying they were bad at the time, but
I would say I don't think they suffered from that at all. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just talking about like credibility. It really took them a while to like get moving. Like I remember Xavier Woods coming out in like a full suit, recruiting the two of them.
That was
like,
that was before they even became the New Day. When they became the New Day, how long did it really take them to get tag team gold? Didn't they win at Chamber? Or it was either at Chamber or like Night of Champions or something.
It was something because I think they have the record for no, the Usos have it, but before they had it, like the New Day had the longest world title reign, which is crazy.
They debuted July 21st, 2014.
Okay, wait. So I'm gonna ask you this real quick because I'm genuinely curious on your opinion. When you take a list of the greatest tag teams of all time, can the New Day be on there?
Absolutely, they can be on there.
But there's 3 of them.
Freebird rule.
I knew you were gonna say that. All right, never mind. Carry on. Carry on.
Come on, man. Yeah, no. So they made their in-ring debut November 28th on SmackDown. And then
sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. And then cuz on November 3rd is when they started airing the vignettes. They debuted on the 28th. And then won the championships. Wait. Number one contenders for championship. Eliminated go to Stardust. I can't read. Hold up. Before being eliminated. Oh, so they lost. Never mind. Damn. When did they win? Damn. They were on the Mania card. No, they were on the pre-show for 31.
I remember being so angry when they beat the Dudleys for the tag titles because I wanted to see them have one more run so bad. No, I like the New Day a lot though. I'm like,
yeah, they built though. Like
any criticism's not like harping on them or anything like that.
But yeah, they're definitely top 5 greatest tag teams all time. I don't know.
Like,
As I said it, I didn't know if I was actually sure of saying it because as I was saying each word, a different tag team popped in my head.
Wait. You hang on. Whoa. Wind that
they
back.
Might be top 10. They're not top 5. They might be top 10 though.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. As I said
would
it,
give them top 10. Yeah.
With every word, a new tag team popped in my head. It was like not necessarily in this order, but the Usos flashed into my head.
Yeah.
The Edge and Christian flashed in my head. The Hardys flashed in my head. The Dudleys flashed in my head. The Legion of Doom flashed in my head. The Road Warriors flashed in my head. I was like, New Day are better than a couple of them, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's but I mean, at the same time, it's like it depends who you ask, because like obviously like it's like comparing like a Bill Russell to like a Russell Westbrook or something like that.
No.
It's like the game's evolved so much at this point. Like if you take like the Legion of Doom and like they grew up and like this generation and they were performing right now,
they would be the Ascension. End of story.
Oh my god, I forgot about them. Oh my gosh, they were terrible.
Bro,
do you remember who was it? Adam Rose with the Rosebuds?
That was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't he get fired because he was a weirdo though?
I think so. Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm not sure.
That was a weird era of wrestling. There was like a solid 6 years where wrestlers were just getting caught for being weirdos, bro.
Yeah. No, but like,
no, let me stop.
So, what would looking at this list, what would your top 5 be?
Out of on this list?
Well, I mean, you could include everything. Like, I'm not gonna say like the 4 Horsemen or stuff like that because like I'm naive to like everything they did. Obviously, I know like significance, impact, everything like that. But I'm really just going off what I've seen.
Yeah, those are the people I usually stick around 6 through 10 because I'm like, I know they got to be on the list, but
yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna be high on the list. I think my top 5 out of the 10 on this list. I think I'm going DX1. I think I only go Shield 2 because of, and this is gonna sound crazy when I say it, but because of the individual success, and that's crazy because you look at Evolution and you're like, what do you mean? They got Batista, Randy, Triple H, and Ric Flair. But I'm like, I think the difference is. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's never been like a more significant faction breakup than the Shield.
Yeah, because
that changed everything.
I say with Evolution, Randy goes into it and then comes out of it great. Batista goes into it, comes out of it great. Triple H was good before it. He was great before Evolution.
I was going to say, man, we're back on this topic.
Yeah, he was great before Evolution, went into Evolution, and was great after Evolution. Ric Flair was already a legend before he was with Evolution. And then he was just old. Like, but I think the difference is the Shield go into it 3, if you didn't know indie wrestling at the time, literally 3 no-names. Like you might have saw Seth Rollins in NXT if you watched NXT. But then those 3 come out. One becomes a top 10 wrestler of all time. One becomes one of the best in-ring wrestlers of all time. And Dean Ambrose, man.
Hey, come on, man.
I understand. Dean Ambrose was literally my favorite wrestler. Like for the longest time.
I'm still so mad he left. Like,
but Dean Ambrose,
live that down.
I think not only him. I think Dean Ambrose is great, and I think he's one of the best. He's definitely in the top 10 of this generation.
Yes,
right?
yes.
He's definitely top 10 of this generation. He just didn't make the top 10 of all time, which is okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's far-fetched to say if he would have stayed like central to this story, I don't think it's ridiculous to say that like all three of them could have been top 10.
Yeah.
But Vince, man.
But my yap session aside, Evolution at 3. Honestly, New Day and Bloodline are 4 and 5, but you could really switch them. I'm not too mad
That's
at
fair.
either one. Get Judgment Day off this list, bro.
It is really weird because when it was just the 4 of them, they were so good.
When it was just Priest, Finn, Rhea, and Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fire. And then they added JD, and I was like, well, why did we do that? And then they added R-Truth, and I said, hold up, they might be cooking.
Yeah, like JD wasn't even bad because like I'm like, especially now like after like just seeing his like body of work and like what he's like willing to put himself through, like I'm like a lot higher on JD than I think like the average watcher would be. But for me, it all went downhill when they added Carlito because that took any kinds of seriousness out of it.
Yeah, I think my problem was how do you get rid of R-Truth because he's not serious enough, and then you put Carlito in there.
Yeah,
that didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It was definitely a weird decision to do all that, but
because R-Truth in the Judgment Day was probably a top 3 storyline that year.
100%, he was great.
It was probably 3, but it was top 3.
Yeah,
because it's Cody Roman, Punk McIntyre, R-Truth Judgment Day. Stop playing.
We're talking last year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a few programs we might be missing, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Well, because that whole year between Mania 39 and Mania 40 was Roman and Cody for real. CM Punk showed up somewhere in the middle, and everybody was like, "What?" and then Punk McIntyre did their thing to end the calendar year.
The match was so good.
It was fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going R-Truth. Judgment Day number 3.
That's fine.
Let's take a look at these hot takes, man. You can say I didn't get any from my friends, but you got a couple of hot takes, and I found a Twitter thread of just regular WWE hot takes.
Okay, so before I say any of these, I need to preface, these were all said before last Raw. So a lot of them could not be like as up to date. So first one, these are just hot takes, and then there's 3 more. It says like what would ruin WrestleMania. First hot take: the SmackDown Tag Division is having the best Mania build outside of Roman vs. Punk vs. Seth.
I think even before Raw, I wouldn't agree with that. That is definitely a hot take.
I get it. I wouldn't agree myself, but I am really excited to see where this leads.
Like even if you think, Roman Seth Punk is the best build right now, or even then, you still gotta Cena Cody has to be in the conversation, and
the women's triple threat.
The women's triple threat, was fire. Like so, I just wouldn't agree, but. Hot take, man. Good hot take.
Yeah, that's like not one of the ones I'm like, oh, like that's not like nauseating to say kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton needs to have some sort of Extreme Rules / hardcore stipulation.
Absolutely. But did you see Kevin Owens is dealing with an illness? Or not an illness, but an injury?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no. Someone put up the picture of Bobby Lashley with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy posing. I said, no.
Man. Yeah, that's... I think, if anything, an Extreme Rules kind of match would help with that injury. Like, help him work through it in a way. Like, obviously, it's like a chair shot's not like taking an RKO or something like that, but I think it's... there's less physical demand
to put on. Kevin Owens can't go to Mania. Some night 2 Mania. Rock comes down. Stone Cold runs interference on the Rock. Cody's getting ready to set Cena up for the Crossroads. RKO, stop playing. Cena.
I can see it.
Cena, Rock,
it.
Randy. Pivot. Come on now.
That would be so insane. That would be.
Nah, I wouldn't like
insane.
that because that means they're setting up Cody to literally be the greatest of all time by taking on the craziest faction to ever exist.
But what if Cena beats him and then the whole reason that faction breaks up is because Randy wants the belt?
I could deal with that a little bit more, but
that would work. My whole thing with Cody is, we'll get back to the hot take. It's when he loses the title, where does he go? He's on such a high right now. Anything else is going to be a downgrade.
I think because there's not a character outside the title, and I think that's the problem. People always try to disagree with me with that, but I'm like, there's literally, since Cody's came to WWE, there's been nothing to his character outside of, my dad has never been WWE champion, so I'm going to be WWE champion. And you can talk to me about all the nuances and things, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, that was a crazy string of words. But my point being that when you build yourself up to be, he built himself up for nothing. Not for nothing, but he built himself up for a year and a half, 2 years of nothing but, I need to win this championship because of my dad. So when he wins the championship, there's literally nowhere for him to go. Because they set him up with a program with Seth Rollins and like random Judgment Day segments. So there's no one else who really dislikes him outside of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Like genuinely, because they set up nothing for him but that. Because they set him up to be this. They set him up to be this hero that vanquishes this dark cloud of villainy, which is cool. But we also have to realize they call it, the problem with calling it a story is that stories end. This is wrestling. There is no off season for wrestling. It's WrestleMania, Raw after WrestleMania, ball up top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think booking a story with an ending is probably one of the worst things you can do in wrestling. I feel like if that wrestler who is getting that payoff is staying around.
Sure.
Now, if he takes a break and goes off into the sunset, that's different. But the wrestler is staying around. So why are we booking an ending when they have to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I will say for someone like Cody, it might be the most important heel turn since, like, Becky against Charlotte, maybe. Because, like, if, say he turns heel and the fans just reject it, he may as well retire at that point. Like, he's gonna get go away heat. People are gonna lose all kinds of interest in his stuff, everything like that. That would be worst case scenario, I think.
Here's what I'll say, and this is going to sound crazy, hate, but this is how I feel. And I feel like we've had this conversation, if not on podcast, we've had this conversation before. If you can't get over as a good guy and a bad guy, you're not as great as everybody says you are. And that's genuinely how I feel. Like, there are great heels and there are great faces. And I acknowledge the difference. But the greats, like the greats, can do both. Everybody says, but John Cena. John Cena's heel now.
So
Hey man.
let me bring this up. What about Roman? He couldn't get over as a good guy.
He couldn't get over as a good guy to outside the casual fans. To casual fans, as someone who was watching as a casual fan at that moment in time, I was rooting. I had no problem with Roman Reigns.
Okay. That's fair. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I get that, but I just remember like they force fed Roman to everybody. Like,
looking back, they absolutely did. But when I was watching in the time,
that 2015 Royal Rumble.
See, I wasn't watching then.
Oh my gosh! I just remember watching that and I was like, this is it's. Do you know how bad something has to be, like, to the point The Rock comes out and they're still booing?
Amen.
That's trash. I don't know. I like Roman now, but it was just like at the time, get him off the screen. Get him off the screen. He was for sure my least favorite of the Shield once they broke up.
That's fair.
But going back to hot takes, this says if it happens, this has been confirmed. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul will be the best singles match of the entire weekend. Now,
Wait, run that
I don't
back
think
for me?
he said AJ Styles versus Logan Paul will be the best singles match of the entire weekend. I don't think it's crazy to say that.
Oh yeah, singles match. Putting that caveat in it changes the context. But singles match, yeah.
Only conversation at that point is Tiffany Charlotte.
I think Jay and Gunther might actually be a really good match. But I think that's going to rely more on the storytelling throughout the match than like the moves they do.
Yeah, unless Jay comes to hoop, it's really going to be story.
Yeah, he needs the hoop. We need a classic from Jay. But I would imagine they're going to take care of it. Like, I mean, he definitely saw all the backlash from last year with Jimmy.
He got to show us some suplexes, man.
Yeah.
Real graps.
100%. All right, and then moving on, this is what would ruin Mania for TJ. He said, Charlotte beats Tiffany, further cementing Charlotte as a gatekeeper to the main event scene.
I agreed as soon as you said Charlotte beats Tiffany.
Yeah, I was no problems with that.
This is not the moment for Charlotte to win. This is not 2016. All right?
Yeah.
It's 2025. We're 9 years removed. Please. Yeah. It's Tiffy time, bro. Lock in.
100%. All right, next one. Gunther beats Jay, proving that the IWC was right to assume it was a waste of time and a waste of a Rumble win, and Jay will never work as a solo competitor.
I think that's kind of a stretch.
I get what he's saying with that, though.
Yeah, I get it. I think it's a little bit of a hyperbole. I don't think Gunther beating Jay would ruin WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But I don't think it would ruin WrestleMania.
Jay.
It would ruin Jay.
It would
because they're not gonna make it a main event. Like,
yeah. If that was in the main event and Gunther beat Jay, I would say that might ruin it a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. No, then that's a conversation. I feel like where I think Jay winning determines on where they put this match on the card. If it's not co-main eventing, or it's not opening.
Ooh, that's a good. I didn't even think about that. I mean, like if it's opening, I feel like Jay's gonna get squashed.
No, I think if it's an opening match or a co-main event, I think Jay wins.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if it's anywhere else on the card, it's not gonna be a Jay win.
Ooh.
Because I think you can open a Mania card with a Jay win, because that's a perfect high to start out WrestleMania with. It was like how they opened. It was like how they opened with Seth and Drew with the Damian cash in.
That was fire. They did their thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could see that being the spot for it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ones. Because obviously this is like an old thing. If this was in the main event, or if we didn't even know where it was going to be placed or anything like that, like assuming the main event spot was still open, then I think that would have a lot more backbone.
Yeah, but if it's like third match on the card, yeah, Jay's cooked.
Yeah, no, that's oof. And then the last one, neither of the women's mid-card titles are defended.
Agree. If we're not going to have both, Chelsea has to at least be defending on the main card.
That's what I was going to say. I think I could live without the women's IC title being defended, just because I don't think at this point in their careers, Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile is a WrestleMania match.
It's a WrestleMania pre-show match.
If anything, I think that's one of the ones you would do on like the Raw before WrestleMania, because they started doing that a lot more to like people who can't get on the card and stuff like that.
Hey, y'all playing around, but watch this Raw after WrestleMania. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria is going to be the next Intercontinental Championship match, because they're going to try to get Lyra over.
I can see it. I just don't think she works as a face.
I think she could be a really good creepy heel. Not necessarily Nikki Cross, but like the whole crow thing. Not crow. I don't know what bird she's supposed to be. But the whole bird thing. Yeah, like the whole like dark bird thing could be such a great heel gimmick. Like what's that movie? Black Swan?
I think.
The one with
Are you
Natalie
talking- are you
Portman? Yeah, like that.
Oh yeah.
Like something like that. That would be fire. Black
Mhm.
Swan's a fire movie, by the way. I watched it a couple years ago.
Might have to tap in. I don't think I've seen some clips, but I haven't like sat down and watched that beginning to end.
I guess insane. Oh, breaking news! Rusev has re-signed with WWE, man.
All right, moving
How
on.
you feeling? React.
Wait, you said what?
I said, come on, man, react.
Like you want to know like how I feel about it?
Yeah, man. Rusev re-signed with WWE. Lock in, man. It's time. You know what today is? That means today is Rusev Day.
That was so trash. That was so trash. Oh, it's like, what on earth are they possibly gonna do with him?
I don't know, man. Hey, I got somebody
Nothing
to put
of
a list of
substance.
matches. Rusev Gunther. Rusev
No!
McIntyre.
No,
Rusev Jack Gable.
Rusev Gable doesn't sound bad.
Rusev Penta.
That wouldn't be bad.
Rusev CM Punk.
No, why would
Rusev
Punk even...
Cody Rhodes.
No,
Rusev LA Knight.
that's they're in the same vein to me. That's fine.
Rusev Jacob Fatu. No.
You had me, you lost me.
Rusev's back, man. The Accolade is back in WWE. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite wrestling submissions to do on my friends when I was younger.
That is.
I put
sadistic.
Tyler in the Accolade one time, but I didn't know wrestling was fake at the time, so I did it. I was like, that shit not gonna hurt. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It was crazy.
I wanted to bring this up. I think I did sent you this on Instagram. So it's talking about some fans are upset that Rhea Ripley once again doesn't get her WrestleMania main event, claiming she's bigger than Roman Reigns. How are we? I'm not going to read
topic,
the.
Man. Next topic.
Yeah, the Bloodline stands were writing. She got big by appealing to porn-brained incels and ugly lesbians. Those are not those are not the words of this podcast. We cannot be canceled. That was not us.
That's crazy.
That was not us. But that is nuts.
I will, in terms of the comment, I'm going to address the comment first. No, I'm going to address the post first. Let me go back. I'm going to address the post first. You think Rhea Ripley is bigger than Roman Reigns? You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns went viral on regular TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say though, it's something with Rhea Ripley. She has been at least online. All people want to talk about is her appearance. I think that really diminishes how good she is at wrestling. Like in the ring, character work, everything like that. Like people just want to like sexualize her and stuff. And I think in a way that kind of takes her credibility down. In a way, like obviously to like the casual fan, they're not gonna really care about that. But like if you're one of the people who's like chronically online within the wrestling community, and like you see all the people like thirsting over Rhea Ripley, everything like that, your opinion on her is gonna go down the tiniest bit. But
yeah, because what I'll say regarding that is, people are weird. I'm going to start with that. People are weird. Sadly, it's mainly male wrestling fans, not these two. On this podcast,
no, absolutely not,
But there are weird wrestling fans, so I'm going to blanket my entire statement with that. Because I know people won't understand. Do I think she is appealing to those people specifically? No. Would I be stupid to say I don't think she's leaned into it at least a little bit? Yes, I'd be stupid to assume that she didn't lean into it.
100% she did.
Because, yes, people are weird. But when you go around and your new gimmick is mommy is always on top, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't give you full pardon. There's like
yeah.
like most of the blame goes to people for being weird, but also don't lean into it, man.
It's
You're already people are already being weird off the fact that you are dressed up as this muscle goth girl.
I'm gonna ask a question, and I don't believe what I'm about to ask. But do you think the fact that she has leaned into it has benefited her popularity?
No, I don't think that's. No, well, I think that's a facetious question. I think
That's a great word.
has it contributed? Yes. Is it the sole reason? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, you have to be good. Look at Nikita Lyons. She's popular for reasons that aren't wrestling.
Yep.
And she's not the hottest draw on NXT.
No, absolutely not.
You know
We
what
know
I'm
who
saying?
it is, though. We know who it is.
Do we?
In the women's division? Yeah.
Nah, I'm messing with you. I got you.
Oh, I was gonna say. What are you talking about?
Because at some point your wrestling skills have to back up your looks at the end of the day.
Yep.
Look at Mandy Rose.
That's not the person I would have brought up, because when she went back to NXT, she was really good. She was the first ever NXT double champ. People don't want to acknowledge that, but she was.
Well, that's because she unified the belts. She wasn't holding them at the same time.
Yeah, that is fair. But like, she was holding two belts at the same time.
Because I mean, in that conversation, Roman's a triple champ at one point in time. Because he was there was one night when they finally combined Roman's two titles into one.
But okay, so what titles would you say he had?
He was holding at the time. It's not like he was actually champion. He was just holding all three titles at one point.
Mm-hmm. Well, Paul was. That's strong.
Yeah.
That's strong, motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Apparently those titles are heavy. I haven't held like one of the actual.
Aren't they like 40 pounds or something?
That's insane.
Paul's walking around draped in 120 pounds of
I'm
sheer
saying,
gold and diamonds.
Said I'm not holding that championship. I'm gonna strap it on my shoulder and walk. But where was I going? I lost my spot.
Talking about what titles?
He was holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Universal Championship, and the WWE Undisputed et cetera championship.
They've really got to change the name. Like, they just got to go back to WWE Champion.
That's because that whole I love it in the announcer. I love it in the announcement, but when I have to say it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying all that. He's champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying he's the WWE champ. I'm not. It's like rapping a verse when you say it. Like, I'm not doing all that.
I'm like, that's way too many. Is he WWE champ or is he world champ right now? Like, lock it.
Dude, I want them to change the design so much.
For which one?
The one Cody's holding. I like
it though.
But
I like the gold.
I like it, but like, I don't like it as much as like when I think like SmackDown Live, like the title like Ambrose was holding. I liked that so much more. With the black background, the gold just looks tacky. It looks orange half the time.
Well, that's also because because Roman became so big and was a SmackDown wrestler, it got flip flop. Because the World Heavyweight Championship has always been a SmackDown title. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to see it on Raw, and to see the WWE Championship on SmackDown, it's just it's an off-putting look in general.
Sure.
Like, but I think the designs are fine. I think just flip the brands.
That'd be cool.
Like make the World Heavyweight Championship the wrestlers title again. Like, because the wrestler titles used to be the World Heavyweight Championship, and an Intercontinental Championship. You had to be a hooper to have those titles. Like, put those championships on SmackDown. Keep the WWE Championship and the US Championship on Raw, and rock out.
Yeah. Post Mania, and I'm looking at this from the assumption. I'm assuming, like, let's just say Cody loses the belt. How do you feel about like the idea of we have touched on this a little bit before, but like just the whole trope of like a big title can only be lost at Mania or SummerSlam or something like that?
I think I think it depends on the champion. I hate it. I hate it too, but it genuinely depends on the champion. Some champions and some champion reigns are only meant to end on big pay-per-views. Some aren't.
Sure.
Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign could have ended at a Backlash. Could have ended at.
I don't know. Solely because he broke the record.
Man, and
666 days. That
should have held it for an extra day, or should they took it off on the day before? I'm not gonna lie to you.
If he would have lost at the Raw after Mania, like Chad Gable came out or something, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. But I think it just depends on the champion and the championship, to be fair. But really depends on the champion. Like Cena's reign, if Cena, hopefully we're assuming Cena holds the title, that's gonna end at a SummerSlam.
It's who do we think beats Cena for the belt? I feel like it's got to be Punk, right?
It's Punk or Randy. Those are the only two that feel right. Or somebody, I don't know if you said this or somebody said this, Carmelo Hayes cashing in Money in the Bank on John Cena would also be an interesting way for him to get cooked.
So I don't know if I said that, but for Melo, I would have him be Cena's last match. I think that's the guy Cena needs to go out to. And before I would have said Braun Breaker, like that would have been. That
has to be a program. It has to be a program.
I would have said that, but I think Braun needs to retire Goldberg by like beating him. Like everything Goldberg does, I think Braun needs to do that to him and better.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they're not going to go out there and have, like, a 20-minute classic match. It's going to be a 7-minute finisher fest, which is cool. Like, that's, like, I mean, that can fit a show. It's, like, it's...
I think Braun should give Goldberg the treatment that Goldberg gave Brock when he came back in, like, 2018.
I'm perfectly fine with that. But at the same time, though, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm, like, a Goldberg fan in the slightest.
I'm not.
But... the name Goldberg still does hold some weight within the wrestling community, like especially like I'm not putting him like top 25, 30, maybe even 40 all time, but for him, like he's been around forever. If he's gonna have a retirement match, obviously don't have him win, but maybe give him an 11-minute match, you know, just like a little something more to like if he's going out, like don't you know yeah. Like don't squash him in his retirement match. Like Brock got his get back, and stuff like that. It's, you know, he doesn't. He shouldn't go out and like just getting squashed. Like have him not be able to get Braun up for the jackhammer or something, and then Braun gets down and spears him, and that's how it ends. He like just like show he doesn't have it anymore.
Hey man, I don't really care. I don't hate Goldberg. I don't really like. He's not one of my favorite wrestlers either. So, as long as Braun wins, we are good. I agree with you.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Cause yeah.
Oh,
I'm tired.
You have that.
Season.
You have that list of hot takes, right?
Yeah, I've been scrolling through some, seeing some good, trying to find some good ones. I didn't. This one is crazy, but it's funny.
Lay him on.
Malachi Black is Timu Damian Priest. That's insane.
They're not even the same build. That doesn't make sense at all.
I know. That's why I was like, that's just a hate take. Got one. John Cena and Ric Flair are both overrated.
I don't know. Like, if someone said that, like, I'm not like thinking that's crazy to say, but like Ric Flair for his time was probably untouchable. I wasn't around then. Like, I don't really know, but I'm sure he was the guy at the time. Like within like he was like, when was his prime? Like 90s, right? Late 80s, early 90s.
Late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sure like for Ric Flair's time, I'm sure it was like discovering fire watching him, but like I think he's just. It's like with saying Ric Flair's overrated. It would be like saying Kanye's overrated. I'm not condoning anything he says. That's not where I'm going with this. Like, let that be known.
That's why John Cena don't get enough credit for real, bro. They're always talking about that's crazy. If half the recording's gonna be you talking, it's gonna be muted. That would be crazy.
Like it just fell out. We should be chilling.
Whatchamacallit, like for John Cena, they talk about, oh, we needed someone to carry wrestling after, Stone Cold left. I'm like, y'all had so many people that shouldn't even be a conversation. But
like,
John Cena had to put wrestling on his back for a couple years. Like Seth Rollins loved to talk about how he put the company on his back. Cena really had to like backpack, because he had to backpack because Triple H and Shawn Michaels were getting old. Jericho, that might have been the first time he left before he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jericho was there for a minute, but he kept leaving and coming back.
Kurt left. Eddie passed.
Taker was starting to get old.
Mm-hmm.
Because John Cena didn't really take the reins until like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
So those were the last couple good Taker Mania matches.
Yeah. I don't know when. I think Cena might have gotten it like 2007.
I think they gave him the reins in 2007. In 2007,
sure.
But I don't think he really had to carry till 2009.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair way to put it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not well versed on Ric Flair enough to say he's overrated. Like from what I've seen growing up, sure, but like I wasn't watching him when he was active and stuff. Like we gotta like when it comes to like promo cutters, he's got to be top 10.
I think overrated just depends on where you have them rated.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if someone calls Ric Flair top 5 and you say he's overrated, cool, he's 7. Now, if you say he's not even top 10 and you're saying he's like in the top 15, all right, okay, we done with the 90s, I feel it, but if you say if someone says Ric Flair's top 15 and then you say he's overrated, then I'm
it's like
come on, bro. When do you really know ball for real? Like
top 15, I feel like you're getting into like, and I'm not slating this person when I say that top 15. I want to say that's around like your CM Punks, your like Rey Mysterios and stuff like that.
Your Seth Rollins,
no, exactly. Oh, I'd probably have Seth 13, maybe.
Yeah, but just those names, like
yeah. It's like that quality. And I'm not taking anything away from them. I mean, by the time Punk's done, obviously he didn't have the titles, but I don't think titles is really what decides if you're like the best or not. Charlotte. Yeah, I just had to throw that in there. But yeah, it's by the end of Punk's career, I genuinely think I would be able to make an argument that CM Punk is better than Ric Flair all time. The only reason that the argument could be shut down is because of accolades. I think Punk's better in the ring, but at the same time, it's because the game's evolved. It's like a basketball player from the 90s isn't going to be the same as like a basketball player from today. And stuff like that.
Honestly, I think, again, and this is going to sound crazy, I think wrestling's a little bit more comparable in that sense, ironically. Because the game has changed. The only thing we added was flips.
That is true. I mean, like, no one was...
There are some promo talkers. You put Ric Flair... you put Ric Flair, prime Ric Flair now, he might get canceled. But,
Yeah.
Like, you put CM Punk, like... You take him back a couple years.
But I think it's.
But I think that works the inverse too, in the sense that I feel like there are some people who would. I genuinely think Stone Cold would be as nuclear as he was then. Now.
Any era. Yeah, it's
someone who's just someone who goes around beating people up. Yeah.
When I'm talking when I think of like greatness when it comes to wrestling, it's who would work in any era. I think Stone Cold. I think Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, The Rock, CM Punk I think would work, Randy, Triple H, Uh, honestly, Ray. I think Ray would really work in any era.
I don't know if Ray would work in any era. I don't know if he the only and this is
I'm saying
this
that.
is when you determine which eras of wrestling you consider legitimate or not.
Sure.
Because I think Ray works up until I think he works. If I'm pushing it, I think the year 1990. If Ray wrestles before that, I don't think he gets as over.
I don't know, dude. If he wrestles before then, I think they might like kill him for witchcraft or something.
Hey, all I know, him and Ricky Steamboat would put on the nastiest classic of all time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, like Kurt Angle. I think any generation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Truthfully, this is like an old head. I don't know how you would feel, but I think Macho Man could have worked in any era.
I think Macho Man only works in any era because it's cool in the 80s and you're pushing 90s and it's still cool. After that, low key, unless he turns like really evil, like an evil biker or something, it's a meme at some point.
If he joins the NWO.
Yeah. Like, I think that would be the biggest shit. I think NWO Savage would work more modern, but that's just saying it because he was
That's
a little
fair.
bit... Because he was older. Like, so...
Like, I'm definitely forgetting a lot of people that could work
honestly,
in any era.
Macho
Like Bret
Man
Hart.
would be... A Macho Man character would be fire in 2025.
That'd be sick. Like you're talking about it would be a meme that would just make it bigger.
I know,
You know?
especially if he's like actually good too. Like,
Yeah.
that would be fire. I already don't like Bret Hart too much. Not necessarily. I don't think he's bad. I just he's my wrestler that I think people say that I think he's overrated because I hear some things about Bret Hart and I'm like,
Where would you have Bret all time?
I'd have to actually like sit down and list it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's
Like-
no lower than 20, but I can't guarantee top 15 for me personally. I just don't see it. I think he's a great wrestler. I personally just never saw the character that everybody would talk about.
That's fair, but I'm saying I think Bret could work for the sole reason. Like I think like someone like Gunther could work. It's just very technical, like your Daniel Bryans, again your Kurt Angles. It's just very technical, like wear him down with a
The character would have to
submission.
be there though.
Yeah, but I think like Bret has that character. I mean, like his whole tagline, "The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be," like that's hard.
That's hard, but don't get put on the mic with CM Punk. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no! Punk would call him a crybaby, and that would be it. That would actually be it. But and Eddie Guerrero, I think could also work in any generation.
Absolutely. Like there are some people who are just different, man. Honestly, if we're getting into the conversation, Lita would literally cook in any era.
If Lita debuted in 2015,
honestly,
she would undisputedly be the greatest of all time in my eyes.
I think Trish Stratus and Alundra Blaze could put on a classic match, and I'm saying that so seriously too. I'm saying that so seriously.
What, like now?
Like
or like in their primes?
I think that match would be in their primes, of course, in their primes.
Oh, okay.
But in their primes, no, for sure. In their primes, in like 20, Alundra Blaze would have cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really like thinking about it, like Alundra Blaze or Charlotte, man. But if I'm being real, Alundra Blaze could go in any era. I think Trish Stratus could go in any era. Lita, of course.
Low-key.
Sadly, I think Charlotte goes in any era too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Becky, but like I'm thinking about the whole man gimmick. I pre-90s that would not have worked.
Hey, it might have, because remember when Cyndi Lauper was at WrestleMania? That literally like would have been Becky's character. I'm not gonna lie.
That is true.
I think Becky would have been more of a punk rocker. Like I think think Becky with the curly hair. With like Toni Storm's gimmick, I think that would have been Becky in the 90s.
Ooh, that would have cooked. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of Toni Storm,
yeah. That's
literally any era she could, especially with the timeless Toni gimmick, that could literally work in any era.
because Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe has been relevant for that long.
Let's talk about R-Truth in the 90s.
He was wrestling in the 90s, wasn't he?
Well, like, yeah, I'm talking current gimmick, like the What's Up gimmick.
Now, are we talking prime What's Up, or are we
Like-
talking...
Well, like,
Like-
I'm talking, like, physically, like, where he was in, like, 2003, like, with the NWA title.
Mhm.
But, like, gimmick, I'm talking, like, prime What's Up gimmicks, like, 2012, I think, around
Okay.
that. Megastar.
He'd have been Crime Time's manager, man. They'd have hoed him. I'm so sorry. Like, they would have hoed R-Truth. I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie.
That's insane.
That's just sadly the reality.
I can see it.
A little bit of a harder character to compare eras with. But could AJ Lee have gone in any? I don't think AJ Lee could have gone in the early 90s. I think AJ Lee's cap might be Attitude Era.
No, but she would have undressed people on the mic in the Attitude Era.
No, I'm saying like I think prior
Oh,
to the
like
Attitude
before
Era, I
that?
don't think AJ Lee could. I don't think AJ Lee could have gotten over prior to the Attitude Era.
I don't know, because like her, like I don't know. I think maybe, but I think it's being on the mic. Like I think Alexa Bliss would work a lot better in like a generation before the Attitude Era.
Alexa Bliss, because who was wrestling in the early 90s? Alundra Blaze.
Fabulous Moolah. Oh, that might have been 80s.
That might have been 80s. Was Bull Nakano in the 90s?
I want to say so.
Or the early 90s? I think she was early 90s. I think she was late 80s, early 90s. She's a golfer? That's crazy.
That's insane. Power to it.
No, the search being why is Bull Nakano in the Hall of Fame is crazy. I'm not going to lie. Y'all are disrespectful. I hate wrestling fans sometimes. That's so disrespectful. I'm not going to lie.
What about what tag teams could work in any generation?
Usos.
Think the Usos, Hardys, Dudleys.
Oh, the Hardys are, yeah. Dudleys, now, the modern wrestling conversation, and this is, like, I'm not saying that the Hardys are trash, but in the modern wrestling conversation, their gimmicks being that they put people through tables, how long until wrestling fans get bored of it? Like, this isn't disrespect
I don't
to
think
them.
they would.
This is disrespect to, like, not disrespect, but, like, this is me, like, about the modern wrestling conversation.
Sure.
Like, I feel like at some point people would be
I
like,
don't
"Oh, they can
know,
only
though.
these guys are table merchants. They can only get over by putting people through tables. They can't wrestle an actual match." Like,
that would be said. Yeah. I mean, that would be. I'm sure like they'd have their fair share of criticism, but at the same time, like the casual fan wants to see tables.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to see tables. Like what? You kidding me? I'd love a table spot every now and again.
I think it would just come with the predictability that every big Dudley's feud is going to end in a tables match.
Yeah. No, that is true. But
I think the Hardys would benefit a lot more for being in this generation, especially with safer working environments.
Do you think that would like kind of make them a little more dull though? Because I think the reason they were so good is because there weren't those kind of limitations.
No, because I think we would have had a longer Jeff Hardy career.
Man, don't eat. Oh,
because with
man.
the safety comes more monitoring of the talent, and
we don't even know if Jeff would have been around then. He chose drugs over wrestling in 2009.
2009, but that's halfway through his career at that point.
That is true. That is a good point.
So, like, if from jump he's in this era, honestly, might be a little bit better. But
that is true. But I don't know if he'd be as crazy without the drug use and stuff. You know, especially like with the toll it took on his body, like painkillers and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, though. I think he would have been a little bit safer because I think.
Okay.
So
yeah,
he wouldn't have needed to.
I get you.
Have to. I think the Hardy Boys could get over. What I'm basically saying is, I think the Hardy Boys could have gotten over with just a little bit less usage of extreme things. Like I think for big matches, and for matches introducing us to the Hardys, yes, extreme. But I don't think they would need it to get over.
Sure. Yeah.
And if they're
I
doing
get
all
that.
that extreme stuff, they could probably. I'm pretty sure they could get over in promos when they were a tag team. I don't remember though. No, Jeff Hardy promos would be so. Jeff Hardy, storylines would be so funny in this day and age. Because if y'all really look back at Jeff Hardy storylines, like with tag team, without a tag team, there was always some random girl rolling up on him, bro. Like, I shit you not. Like,
Yeah, that was facts. Why was it like that?
Tori
Trish.
Wilson, Trish,
Stacy Keibler, I think.
yeah, I'm like, damn, Jeff.
It's
You know what I'm
gotta be
saying?
that.
Bro, like, what's the equivalent of that now? That's like,
Dom.
yeah, I guess Dom being
He's
the
probably-
closest thing to Jeff Hardy right now is crazy.
That's insane.
Well, it's probably Jay, but for argument's sake, Dom is next up. I'm not gonna lie, cause
Jay. I mean, he had Rhea.
I don't think cause in today's age that would look like if I'm trying to think.
Like the Godfather came back or something.
No, like 3 random women's wrestlers that would like interact with Jeff Hardy. That would be like Liv. Honestly, probably would have been one. Like
I think Liv and Rhea for sure.
Rhea, yeah,
Liv,
Liv.
Rhea, and Tiffany.
Those would be, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Twitter would have blown up.
They would have
Je-
lost
yeah.
their minds.
They lucky
I don't
Jeff
know.
Hardy.
Alexa Bliss, though, you remember her like in like 2018, 2019 when she had that talk show? She was flirting with everybody, bro.
Facts.
I was like, where's my application, bro? I need that.
Jeff Hardy and the Usos tag teaming in 2018 would have been fire. Like prime Jeff Hardy and the Usos. Not
They
even
did
if
do-
you go back.
They
If you
did
go
a
back,
Hardy Boys and Usos match. Am I tripping?
no, they did. But I mean, like on those like random SmackDown matches where it's like a
Yeah.
6-man tag team to end the night. 2016 face paint Usos and face paint Jeff Hardy would have been fire.
That would have been insane, dude. Oh my gosh, what a faction that would have been.
Like that's the 6-man tag team match I want to see.
Yeah, no, that would have been insane. Like
Nah, we
Jeff
should do
Hardy and
that.
the Usos versus the Shield.
That's
Oh
what I'm
my!
We should do that. I think because especially with the game, you can literally get any wrestler you want on that game, bro. If we do like a universe mode, bro, that could be fire.
We could do that'd be a cool series. Call it
Just
like
the all-
fantasy booking or something.
Just an all time draft,
Ooh, a draft would be insane.
drafting a better show. That would be. I'm not gonna lie, drafting the show with the all time rosters is crazy.
Like GM mode.
Yeah, GMO
We
would
could-
be fire. No, GMO.
It's online now. You can do it online.
It is. I gotta get the game though. I still haven't gotten 25.
Slacking.
I know, bro. 24 is just like still good though.
No, it is. It is. I don't know. I'm rocking with 25 though. Like they just need to add more to the island. The only issue I have with that is it's not like
That's
Part.
all they're gonna do because it's 2K, man. But when I saw the island, I said, "Oh, 2K's trying to cook this series too." This
yeah,
series
like
is-
it's cool, but like I don't even think if you were in the island I could challenge you to a match, kind of thing.
that's crazy.
I don't know. I might be tripping though. I gotta get back on. I haven't seen that. I haven't been on in a while.
Facts. Wasn't I looking? I was supposed to be looking for hot takes. That's crazy. We was up. I swear we get sidetracked by every single thing. Every conversation is a sidetrack. I'm not gonna lie.
Easy content. Easy
That's
content.
facts. Usos are the greatest tag team of all time. That's not crazy to say.
It's not ridiculous to say that. I'd probably still give the nod to the Hardys, but I'm very biased.
I feel you. Swerve and Tony Storm were WWE's biggest fumbles.
Over Dean Ambrose?
Over CM Punk?
Over who else? There's definitely over Sasha. If we want to be serious,
If we want to, are we being serious? If we want to go back, over Kurt Angle?
oh wait, Kurt Angle.
Because Prime Angle's years were in TNA.
Oh. Okay, so you're talking about like him leaving like TNA. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking AEW. Um, I want to say Jeff, but I know I can't because it was his fault.
That was a Jeff fumble.
Yeah.
On the women's side, Tony Storm's not a bad argument. Gail Kim's an argument, though, I feel like.
But I don't
wanna
think
talk ball.
I wouldn't say Tony Storm, because if she never got released, she wouldn't have the gimmick she has now.
That's true. I think Tony Storm's gimmick was just not different enough to stand out in WWE.
Yeah,
The punk rocker gimmick. Before that, we had Lita and Liv Morgan had that same similar gimmick. And then after Tony left, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade both had that same similar gimmick. Becky Lynch had the same similar gimmick. Like, we just need the timeless Tony in WWE would be fire, but
Can you imagine timeless Tony against Charlotte?
timeless Tony against Chelsea Green. That
Oh my
would be-
gosh.
especially if they let Chelsea Green like hoop. Yeah,
That'd be insane.
because it's like especially like Tony Storm created this great character, and if AEW had a hand in creating it, thank you, great product. I'm not gonna lie, you made something great. Tony Storm.
I'm going to say real quick, the same thing with Swerve, though. Swerve never would have been as big as he is if he didn't leave, because he was literally, wasn't he the manager of Hit Row?
Yeah.
He always should have been more than that, and he never would have gotten that.
Ironically, I'm still not as high on Swerve as everybody else is.
That's
like
fair.
Sometimes, like I'll
That's
listen
fair.
to him like cut promos. I'm like, eh.
Did you
Everybody's
listen
like,
to that one promo he did with John Moxley, where he like forgot what he was saying?
Yeah, that was the one that came up most recently, which is
That was
why
bad.
it's kind of crazy.
That was bad.
Yeah, and everybody has those moments, but I never see anybody have moments that bad. I feel like the
Roman.
worst one I've seen was Roman.
That to
Like-
this day might be the worst fuck up I've seen.
It's such a fuck up. It's such a fuck up that people are still debating to this day whether that was intentional or not.
That's bad. That's really
Like,
bad.
do you know how crazy of a
Shut
fuck
your
up that has
mouth,
to be?
John.
Oh, here we
Like-
go. The Cody hate takes. I love to see him. Cody has been carried in every storyline since returning. Seth
No.
carried him. Gunther carried him. Roman carried at WrestleMania 39. The Rock carried WrestleMania 40. AJ Styles carried. Kevin Owens carried. And now we're going to see Cena carry.
I wouldn't say KO
I'm not as high on
carried.
Cody Rhodes as everybody else, but I can't say he's been carried in every storyline.
Like, we're gonna say Shinsuke carried him. I don't
forgot
think
they even
AJ
had a
carried
storyline.
him.
That's why they didn't bring that up.
AJ didn't carry him. Brock didn't carry him.
Now the AJ one, I don't think there was a carry.
Like, AJ was doing his thing. He was hooping.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't like I wasn't looking at Cody and like, oh, why aren't you doing more? Or something.
AJ didn't get the fair shake because it was the first storyline after the Bloodline
Mhm.
story.
Yeah.
Like, that one was guaranteed to get hate regardless. Now the Seth feud, can you argue Seth carried? You can argue it. I think it's a little bit of a disingenuous argument.
You could argue it. I mean, I think Seth was the better of the two in that feud, but like it wasn't like a carry job by any means.
Yeah. It's funny now that all the bad guys are like making really good points and still losing.
Yeah. It is a little questionable.
Hot take
But-
saying The Miz is good. That's not a hot take, bro. The Miz is good, bro.
Miz is probably top 25 all time.
Like,
Is that
that's not
crazy to say?
ridiculous. That's not 25, maybe. I would argue. I would say more pushing 30, but
Sure.
he's in the conversation. Like, let's not act like people. Oh, but his wrestling style is boring, and he had that match with John Cena at WrestleMania that was bad. First of all, that match at WrestleMania, I'm 65% sure he was concussed during that match. So.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like, I see the clip about it all the time. So like, and he also main events Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden with The Rock and John Cena. They could have put any tag team with those two, and they put The Miz and R-Truth in that match because The Miz and R-Truth were that high. Plus the awesome Truth run, fire. Intercontinental Championship run, fire. The SmackDown
Feud with Dolph
Intercontinental
Ziggler.
Yeah, every feud with Dolph Ziggler, fire. The
Where would
Talking
you have
Smack
Miz
segment.
in terms of promos? Where would you have Miz all time? Top 10?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd agree.
Because I'm trying to think off the top of my head, not in any particular order, but Cena, Punk, Seth. That's why I said no particular order, because I knew I was going to say Cena before Punk, and then people were going to get upset about that. Cena, Punk, Seth. Did I say Seth? No, not Seth. Cena, Punk. Jericho's in the conversation, sadly. Yeah, Miz in the conversation. Flair in the conversation. You don't like him, but The Rock's in the conversation.
Yeah, no, he is. Just come on now, get the other one.
Well, who am I missing? Who didn't? Oh, Stone Cold.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Stone Cold's promos actually ruined
Chill.
wrestling, and they don't want to that conversation.
No, the fans ruined it. He didn't. He would do the what thing, and they took it.
He came up with it.
Yeah, but he didn't know they would run with it, man. That's no. I gotta put my foot down. That's not on Stone Cold, bro. No, that is on like the grimy fans who can't pay attention for 5 minutes.
Oh shit! It did ruin wrestling for a while. But like any foreign heel hates to see Stone Cold come in. I'm not gonna lie, but
oh, they're getting cooked. They're getting absolutely cooked.
I said what? That would piss me off. Oh, I already said Jericho. If we're including just male talent, Paul Heyman. And Bobby Heenan.
This might be crazy. I don't know if this is
ridiculous
ridiculous to say. When it comes to best promos of all time, I would have Paul Heyman at number 1 on that list.
Yeah, if we're including Paul Heyman, he's number 1.
I think he's the best talker of all time.
Jake the Snake. Bro, they don't want to hear Macho Man is in the conversation. He's not in the conversation for being like intellectual and witty, bro. Like he's in the conversation.
You just like the way he talks. Like let's
like that's what it is, bro.
Let's hear an impression.
Nah, bro, I can't do that right now, bro. But whatchamacallit? I always bring this name up, and it's a crazy pull every single time. To like, I feel like the casual fan is like, who? But Waylon Mercy is still in the conversation, and on that same subject, Bray Wyatt's in the conversation.
Bray Wyatt was real good, I promise.
Like, I remember Bray Wyatt was like, yeah, God was like learning from like Waylon Mercy. I went back and listened to a Waylon Mercy promo. I said, that guy is creepy. Yeah, nah, I think that's the conversation, and the Miz is in there somewhere. Like, regardless of what you think,
Miz is like, you could hate the Miz. He's no lower than 15 when it comes to all-time talkers.
Absolutely.
At like the very lowest, but I wouldn't have him anywhere near there.
Because when the Miz get pissed off, he's about to cut a generational promo. Like, I remember watching the Talking Smack one live. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. He's in his bag.
Especially, what ruined it was finding out that was premeditated, sadly.
Was it really?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan said in the interview that they were trying to get each other fired up, and the plan was for Daniel Bryan to smack The Miz so that Daniel Bryan would A, either get fired, or B, be cleared for a match against The Miz, but he ended up just walking off.
That's insane. Yeah.
Well, that's one of those stories. I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
That would have been a great match.
Yeah, I think the match still happened, did it not? It happened like a year or two after. Oh, bro, this is like a month late, bro. But did you see Cora Jade tag team Tessa Blanchard and TNA?
Cora I saw
Jade
some.
She was pissed. And then she posted after the match a gif of Marshawn Lynch saying, "I'm just here so I won't get fined." That shit is hilarious. They do not like her, bruh.
TNA doesn't?
A lot of people don't. Jordan Grace didn't, and Jordan Grace had to put over Tessa before she left.
You're talking about Tessa. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about Tessa.
I thought you were going to say...
Oh, did you think I was talking about Cora?
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, for what? What happened?
No. I'm talking about Tessa. They don't like her, bro.
I don't even know what she
That-
did. I always just see like she's
Tessa?
racist. Yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
always just
sure
see she's racist, but-
I think she apparently she was just like a really bad person backstage, and she would like racially like abuse any people of color, which is
Oh well.
horrible.
Yeah, that'll do it. She got Logan Paul heat on TNA. They be booing the mess out of her. Oh, that must mean she's doing a good job. Nah, bruh.
Hold up.
Feel like-
I'm trying to find out exactly what happened. She's only 29. I thought she was way older than that.
Tessa's 29? That's crazy. She was in high
Um,
school when we were in middle school.
She was a stunt double for Florence Pugh in Fighting with My Family. What?
That's not a flex. I'd have taken that off my resume. That movie was terrible.
Oh, here it is. In January 2020, multiple female wrestlers came forward with bullying and racism allegations against Blanchard, including an incident involving Blanchard spitting in the face of a Puerto Rican wrestler and calling her a racial slur. The woman in question, Black Rose, later stated that the incident did indeed take place. Blanchard denied it. Oh,
Cooked.
you're gonna do something scummy and deny it? Oh.
At least own up to it, man. Lock in.
Yeah, like if you just just apologize to the people and go to another promotion at that point, like own up to it at the bare minimum.
Honestly, that's why wrestling's such an interesting business. Cause like I feel at some point, cause here's why. I'll get into it, but I feel like at some point it's like, bro, I'm not working with her, bro. Like what?
Mhm.
But like the other thing is that, especially learning that wrestlers are still, not unionized.
Hold up, wait, give me one quick sec.
You good? While we have this break, y'all, make sure y'all go like, comment, and subscribe to the Put Over Podcast. You heard earlier we got the Instagram, man. We trying to do the Instagram thing. We got a TikTok. I'll put the TikTok in the description as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, help us out, man. Let's see if we can get 100 followers, man, by the end of the calendar year. I think we can do it. We already at 10, man. I think we can get 100 by the end of the calendar year.
Hey, cut it out. Cut all that out. I just got harassed.
What do you mean?
No, not literally. No, that's my mom was getting mad because I didn't answer the phone.
Oh, I got you. Now
I
you're good. When you
I was locked in, man.
No, when you left, I was advertising. You're good. I was advertising.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I got
Heck
you.
yeah. All right, that's sweet. Where were we though?
Fuck, where were we?
We're cooked. Oh, we were talking about
Damn.
Tessa Blanchard, but I don't remember what about.
Oh, no, I remember what I was talking about. Because we were talking about how wrestlers still aren't unionized.
Okay, yeah.
So you can't, so there's no, I don't want to work with her because she's dangerous to the environment. Like, or not because she's dangerous to the environment, but because she has this reputation about her. It's not, you can't do an I won't work with her. Because there's no union, so it's no. You have no choice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if like some companies were like if something went wrong, they were saying, okay, you guys aren't working together anymore. And I'm specifically thinking about Charlotte and Nia Jax when I say that.
I mean, Charlotte, Nia Jax for a time, Charlotte, Becky. But no,
that's when the Charlotte hate started for me, man. That
oh,
right
absolutely. I was like, how dare you? Becky's my girl, man. What you talking about? It's my favorite women's wrestler right now. Like,
it's the GOAT, man. I can't believe it.
Absolute dog.
It's just like that.
Well, not
was
right now.
So...
I'll say all time, but not right now. Right now, Chelsea Green, because Chelsea Green's funny as hell.
Man, that was like you're like the daughter of Ric Flair. Your whole brand is about the championships you win, and you're gonna disrespect the one you've carried for that long. Like, what are you doing?
Just to get back at her for what?
For being more over, for bringing in more money, for like
for getting concussed and accidentally forgetting to kick out, and Emma winning the world championship, like in NXT. Like, Joe, bro, that was crazy.
Who did that?
There was a triple threat. It was Becky, Charlotte. What's the match? Becky Lynch. Forgot.
Wait, who got concussed and didn't kick out?
Becky.
Was it Becky? I feel like
or
that
she may not
sounds
have got concussed, but something happened and she forgot to kick out. It was the
That does sound really familiar.
It was she was supposed to kick out between, it was a triple threat match between her, Charlotte, and Emma for the championship. And Becky Lynch forgot to kick out.
No,
And
that's
Emma ended
insane.
up winning the championship by accident.
That's crazy. Oh, who do you want for the Instagram? Who should be the wrestler of the day?
Wrestler of the Day, you had Jeff Hardy last time, right?
Yeah, you get to pick. We could just alternate every day.
Alright, man. Wrestler of the Day, go ahead, like it up on Instagram. We put in the Instagram in the comment in the bio, man. Not in the bio, but in the description, man. Wrestler of the Day today. Chris, no, let me stop.
Oh wow.
We're gonna go. I was gonna say Jericho. What type of Chris did you think I was gonna say?
Okay, buddy. Okay,
I was gonna say Chris Jericho.
I thought you were about to say Voldemort.
But on that, I almost dropped my mic. On that note, wrestler of the day is, man, let's go Eddie Guerrero. Shout out, man. Viva la Raza, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bet.
There's gonna be some troll picks on there though. I guarantee it. Just
Some
wait.
what?
There's gonna be some troll picks. If we switching every day, I'm gonna run out of real options. There's gonna be some picks in there.
I literally just Googled I looked up Eddie Guerrero best pictures, and it brings up a good amount.
See, now when y'all see Fandango on Wrestler of the Day, don't be confused.
We're not doing that. We are not
What?
doing that. Why on earth would we choose to do that?
Hating Fandango in 2025 is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Liking
But-
Fandango in general is crazy.
How, bruh?
Bro.
Nah, I wouldn't pick
I'm not
Fandango
talking
anyway.
about hating on Breezango. That's a little different.
No,
Breezango,
Tyler Breeze will be on there. Tyler Breeze will be on there though. I'm not gonna.
That's cool. That's cool. I can get with that. This, why does none of it want to focus, bro? It's all blurry. Okay.
Oh my goodness! See, wrestling fans don't like anything. I literally just scrolled, and this is like real time. I just scrolled on Twitter, saw a picture of John Cena and The Rock standing over Cody Rhodes, and somebody goes, "They ruined this angle in record time." Y'all don't like wrestling, I swear.
Yeah, that's insane. Best picks HD. Oh my gosh! I looked up HD, and there's a picture of his mugshot.
Who?
Eddie's.
Damn.
Yeah, that one will not be getting used.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man. Eddie Guerrero, wrestler of the day.
Yes, sir. We can
Shouts
go
out.
ahead. We'll wrap up the podcast, but make sure you check out the Instagram. We got it up. We got it live.
Facts.
Episode
This
should be
episode-
out.
It's gonna be
Go
up.
ahead.
It's gonna be up. I don't think it will be up before SmackDown. It's 5/18 as we're wrapping up. I still have to download the file, upload the file, cut some of the in-between parts out. Not the in-between parts, but like the parts of the technical difficulties out, or leave them in. I don't know how natural we're feeling on the podcast, but yeah, man. And then I gotta wait for it to download, and then wait for it to upload. You know what? I might be able to get it out for 8:30 at the latest, 9 o'clock if something goes wrong. That's what
Heck
I
yeah.
can guarantee. But it will be out today.
Wrestler
before
of the
SmackDown
day
ends.
will be out by the time anyone's watching this. I'm literally getting ready to post it right now. Hey, we already got 10 followers on that account. Hey, we are
I
cool,
saw.
bro.
I know. I'm saying. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man.
Okay. So we'll go. Man,
Why do
I
we
took
follow
one-
the Pat? Why do we follow the Pat McAfee show? No, stop. I'm messing around.
what?
We follow the Put Over podcast. Follows the Pat McAfee show.
Oh, so I literally went to the WWE Instagram and hit follow on everything they follow because it's easier, on the feed to have that and then post it on the story.
Oh no, yeah, you're
So-
good. I'm messing around.
So I don't have to just look through random pictures and stuff.
I forgot how many wrestlers I actually follow. Forgot I still follow Johnny Gargano. Why?
That's actually an insane pull. Are you a big fan of Gargano?
I'm not either way about him because here's the
Yeah.
thing. Respectfully, anybody who was in that 2016 to 2018 era of NXT, I was not watching NXT, bro. I was
It's fair.
not.
It's very fair.
If you weren't on the main roster, I really wasn't watching. So Gargano, Ciampa, I don't even know who was in NXT at that time. Cause Shinsuke was on the main. No, Shinsuke was down there, but Samoa Joe was down there. But see, they came to the main roster and were like cold. Like they kept Gargano and Ciampa down there for a minute.
Yeah, no, that was kind of crazy.
And see, that's where it gets hard, which is why I'm glad Evolve is kind of like a thing now. I haven't watched it, but I'm glad it's a thing now because NXT getting stuck is just like it. NXT was supposed to be an incubator, but it just turned into a holding place.
Yeah,
If that makes
that's
sense.
That's a
Like
good way to
NXT
put it.
was supposed to like, it's the whole purpose of NXT is to mold you into this main event talent and send you to the main roster. But the problem is, at some point in time, they were making this talent, and there's not enough spots on the main roster for everybody. So it's like, you gotta stay here for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
NXT turns into its own separate thing,
No, I hear that.
which is like good for the business, but like, I feel like can be bad for development at times.
Yeah.
Because then you see Trick Williams and Javon Evans going, and Obafemi going triple threat for the WWE or for the NXT Championship, and it's like, oh, these guys are going to be main event superstars on the main roster. No, not all three of them will be. You're fooled by them diffing everyone in NXT to understand that that's not going to happen on the main roster.
Oh wait,
At
it's
least-
your girl's
at-
birthday.
At least not right away. Whose girl's birthday?
Yours,
What does that even mean? Whose birthday is it today?
Miss Chelsea.
Oh, word, that's what's up. My girl is crazy though. Like Zack Ryder don't watch this type shit. No, let me stop.
Who's that? You mean Matt Cardona?
You know what I meant, bro.
So-
Who? Now let me stop.
What? What?
Nah. Hey man, Matt
Yeah.
Cardona got them action figures, bro. Respect it.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. Other than that, I feel we're all good.
Yeah, man.
All right, sweet. Thanks for watching the Put Over podcast. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that follow button on the Instagram, like up all the posts. Wrestler of the Day out now. Other than that, we should be back next week. And once again, I'm Michael.
I'm Andre.
All right, thanks for watching. Bye.
Peace. Like, comment, subscribe, man.